Hello everyone, and welcome to the 10th episode of Campaign 2 of Speedrunners and Dragons, the show where I lead your favorite speedrunners on a daring adventure through a dastardly tabletop world of my creation. My name is Adef, and I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Joining us, as always, are Danny B, Dangers, The Blacktastic, DGR Dave, Kung Fu Fruit Cup, and Fant TV. Every other Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern here on twitch.tv/Adef, the six of them will be traveling around the lands found in the Liseptian Ocean, attempting to learn its secrets and save the world. Straight into the recap. Our heroes arrive fashionably late to the dinner party at Yves' house, ready to steal the final coin needed to meet with Le Père. Albert's coin was quickly detected by Daneth, and the gang started working the crowd. Elion began playing with the band, accompanied by Hadak, two entrance partygoers, and Daneth and Veril had a truly horrifically awful conversation with a poor man, and Alencia and Jader sweet-talked a Dwomish captain. Eventually, one of Elion's childhood friends, Dina, intentionally spilled wine on Albert at the same time as Jader created a hole beneath his foot, causing him to spill his own wine. Doubly covered in a wonderful red, he began to leave the room. Elion's brain soldiers, enamored by his music, began to swarm Albert, trying to remove his jacket to dry him off. Daneth used this commotion to steal the coin. Our heroes, now successful, began to leave. However, Elion was halted by a mysterious figure, who requested a conversation. The mysterious man asked Elion what he believed true power was. He revealed that he knew Elion was in disguise, as he was somewhat of an aficionado in disguises himself. After the conversation, Elion had foul play his brink follow the man out. As the party left, Yves, the party as in the group, not as in the people going to the shindig, as the heroes left, Yves and a lady friend went out into the greenhouse for some post-party fun, and just as the party left through the back garden gate, however, the mysterious man was back. In one fell swoop, the man collected brink energy in his fist and struck the ground, obliterating the entire mansion and nearly everyone inside. The man then revealed his true face and seemed to be whisked away very far at the snap of his fingers. The party helped briefly with the search and rescue process, but were eventually told by Yves that they should leave, so that Elion wouldn't be seen. The party rode to Yptek, where all but Elion met counsel with his father. Aurello also joined the party there. The stubborn man threatened the party many times, including some ominous words about Elion's sister. Wow, that's 10 gift subs. After asking them to parley with his wife, the party did so and received her blessing. Returning to Le Père, he seemed to sort of agree to help against the gods, maybe? It's a little unclear, but he seemed to be basically on the party's side. He said he'd at least think about it. Just then, however, the beating of wings and shrieking of townspeople confirmed the approach of the massive blue dragon which Daneth and Veril had seen just one day prior. The dragon wreaked havoc on the town, and the party made chase after it out of the town, as Le Père said it wasn't his problem. The party, following Elion's recounting of the dragon's path, followed it towards the lake. Aurello used Inverse Oasis to make safe passage to the Dragon's Eye in the center of Dragon's Eye Lake. There, a staircase downwards appeared, which led to a massive subterranean cave. There, our party met the Blue Dragon in combat. Attacking relentlessly, we rejoin our party amidst their epic encounter. Welcome to episode 10 of Campaign 2 of Speedrunners and Dragons. Okay, gang. Hello.
Hi.
Let's go.
Have a good
Jen, thank you very much for 10 gifted subs to the community, and Bobby, thanks for the gift sub to Fant. Really appreciate that.
I'm
Gamers.
glad Bobby's unfollowing me. Just can't go.
We gotta
trying
let
to avoid the subs, and then he goes in and ruins everything. Yeah, get out of here.
we gotta let Bobby do his Reptar bit.
It's not a bit. I'm Reptar.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Yeah, this is actually Bobby's VTuber here.
Bobby's VTuber is Reptar.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice. All right, gamers. So I'm gonna pop over to the boss playlist nice and early.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right away.
Boom, Bell Gargoyle.
Cowering in fear.
Sorry.
Bell Gargoyle starting off right as always. Okay, gamers. So when we left off, we had just finished a full rotation. So we are back with the top of the order, which is Elion, For those of you that are just joining us, again, they are fighting an ancient blue dragon. They've done quite a number on this thing, and it seems Varel is kind of in a bit of a feud with the dragon, as it were. But Elion, the table's all yours.
All mine. Okay. I am not currently frightened by this thing, correct?
Yes, that is accurate.
Okay. Well, I'm going to join the attack force then.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers. That is a level 1, but I'm going to cast it at level 4, I think. So, the dragon must make a Wisdom saving throw.
You got it, Chief. 14.
14 fails.
Okay.
On a failed save, it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 d6 psychic damage.
Can you roll that for me?
Ooh.
Yes, I can.
Get wrecked.
I love these checks.
Also, sorry for the things in the overlay. I'm just going to crank everybody up.
All right,
20.
now I will move closer to my microphone.
20
Oh.
psychic damage.
20?
Nice.
20.
Very good.
Go.
And the dragon must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its movement speed allows it away from me, because they're spooked.
It is currently prone,
So maybe not available.
so half, right? Or is
Yeah.
that Danny? You're our resident prone expert.
Yeah, so it takes half your movement speed to get up. That's no one's ever called me that before,
Well,
but I guess that's
first time for everything. It is going to use half of its movement speed to get up, and then which is actually kind of good for it, out of turn. And then it's going to use the other half to back up. Is anybody right next to the dragon? This is a great question I'm asking myself, which would incur an attack of opportunity. I'm
10 feet away.
I think Hadak.
So, Hadak was like right in front of the dragon, and he also had the force field in effect. So, if he moves out of that force field, he has to make an additional wisdom saving throw. because of my
Isn't his
effect.
movement also halved inside the force field?
Yes.
Okay.
Too much math is going on right
So
now.
he gets up,
and that's it.
and that's it.
That's it.
I'm not totally sure about this, but I think if you are compelled to move through an enemy's space, they do not get an attack of opportunity on you.
I think that is actually accurate.
Good job, Elion. You got him. Got him angry now.
Good job, Elion. You let him stand up when it wasn't his turn.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Well, I got more holes. That's all I can do right now.
And that is something you shouldn't say.
Who has, just curious, who has Bardic Inspiration right now?
I think
Did
I
that
do.
expire?
anybody who has the temporary hit points and if they haven't lapsed yet.
No, that's
I still
different.
have my.
Oh,
You gave me a D4, I think.
Yeah, so the
Yeah, I think you
D4
gave it to
is...
me.
I think
so
Fu
that
has it. I think Fu has it.
Thought I had
Who
it.
has it? And I was just curious about Varel as well, maybe.
I do
I
not
don't
have
remember.
one.
You don't
I
have
thought
one?
I had
No.
it. Maybe I don't
Oh,
have it.
Stuck
Never mind.
Stuck says Varel got one, then L.
Really?
Okay.
I don't
Maybe
have
I
that
didn't.
noted down. I
Thank you for
don't
paying
remember that
attention to the lore.
Yeah, thank you.
Love it.
Lore,
have-
lore being
Yeah, but
just
my
what
person
happened.
Have here
It's lore.
Do
was
we,
out of arrows and afraid.
do we still have bless?
Do we still have what?
Bless?
Hasn't
Yes.
been-
Yeah, I don't think it's been 10 turns.
No, I don't think so.
Through everyone.
I think
No,
we're
it's
on
only
like
been a few
turn
turns.
4, I think.
Yeah.
They're long
Yes.
turns.
Because I also have Bane on the
A
dragon.
lot.
So.
I know. I gotta figure out how many turns it's been since I activated my break.
Well, in that case, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration again. This time I'll give to Hadak this time.
Ah.
So
What
you have
does
a
that
D8 to use whenever the heck you want, basically. Attack rolls, saving throws, healing spells,
That's
and
big.
ability checks.
Yeah, that's. I have that.
Good. All right.
Whenever you
Thank
like,
you.
as long as you don't know that it's hit or missed yet.
Okay.
Also, apparently, according to Dotso, the dragon should also still have.
Bane.
So.
Bane. Bane. I need a cup.
Excellent. Well, Dangers, is that your turn?
That'll be my turn. I'll just
Okay.
stay where I'm at.
Dragon.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC?
13.
Okay, it passes, even with the minus D4.
Take 3d8 radiant. Have it.
Where's my D8? There it is. 8 plus 5 is 13. Halved is 7.
And it's still.
Excellent. Let's see what we can do. Okay, the first thing that the dragon is going to do is use a... I believe it has layer actions. Let me consult the tomes. Yes! Okay. Yeah, it's just going to use one. We need a second phase. So the dragon is going to...
Use a full restore.
he basically, like, starts patting his claws down on the ground. And then his tail sort of swipes above, and its head rears, and it first uses its... I guess, how big is the radius on this sphere, Hadak?
It's 15 feet.
Okay, so it takes 30 feet of its movement speed to get out, correct? So it uses 30 feet of movement speed to get out, and then you see its tail swipe up at, like, this crease in the rock above you. And as it does so, some, like, sparks come out of its tail and infiltrate the rock, and suddenly... like, electricity spurts across the ceiling and into these crystals lining the walls and the ground. And then the rock begins to tremble. And then directly above the dragon, some of the cave just caves in and falls to the ground. And the dragon flies upwards through this new waterfall that is formed before you. And the water level in the cave starts to slowly rise.
So the
That's
dragon's
different.
gone.
The dragon is gone, up.
Am I still frightened?
If it's not in your line of sight, it doesn't matter.
I think that's correct. And even if not, like, you can't see it, so yeah.
Okay, because I want to be able to not drown.
Oh, yeah, well, yes.
So what? So what does the cave look like around us right now?
So it's this massive cavern, right, with all these blue crystals and rocks and nice shimmering light. And there was always sort of a base level of like an inch of water, but that water level is slowly rising as this massive waterfall, this cascade of water that is now pouring in from this new opening is slowly filling the cavern.
We should have like the entrance that we came in, right?
Behind you, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How deep
we
is the
book it
water
outta here?
getting?
It's the water right now is only about like 6 inches deep, but it's rising
Is it filling
slowly.
pretty.
Remember, I'm only 4 feet tall, guys. my time limit's a lot lower.
It's not like, but it is filling like this maybe.
Steadily. All right.
A lot of water. It must not be.
Can I suggest to Elion if he can send his it's a raven now, right?
I can no longer summon the raven,
Okay. Never mind.
unfortunately. Yep. Unless I have a long rest.
All right.
Well,
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 Barrel's
thank-
gonna start booking it to the entrance where we came in and bounding up the stairs and yelling behind him to come on, let's go.
Put
Oh, we'll
that
be doing the
2-minute
same
mile
thing.
to use. Right here.
Following with,
Alright,
like,
I'm gonna try and follow.
We gotta hit higher ground.
Yeah, I want to start running and also just pick up Daneth, just slide under my underarm.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Yep.
I think in episode 1 maybe he rode on your back. I can't remember. He rode on someone's back.
I
been
rode
a lot on
on
my back.
Barrel's back.
Yes.
Did some permanent damage, but you know, he got back to like 95%.
I'm
So
guessing-
even at 95%, like Barrel could still just haul ass like crazy. Good
Yeah.
for you.
And
He's our runner.
my shadow is running beside me in perfect synchronicity.
Cool.
Cool.
Good
Cool
stuff.
detail.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
guessing
that.
I'm gonna be the last to get out because I'm still like getting used to using my limbs again.
Ella's on all fours running. She's like, cool. I'd rather be on high ground.
I'll
Sure.
bring up
Don't
the rear.
swim.
I'll bring
I
it
don't
up.
feel like swimming.
So the lot of you make it to the top of the stairs, and as you turn around, the previously sunny skies have given way to dark clouds, and it has started to rain, a little bit torrentially actually, and lightning, strikes around the lake, and the dragon is beating its wings about 10 feet above the lake, waiting for you. It does not appear as though it desires to do anything except for kill you 6 people. And Aurello is standing at the top of the stairs. He's like, guys, what happened?
He had an escape hatch.
Okay, cool. And
Not really.
he's like, should I inverse Oasis? What's the plan?
Doc's just gonna run into the fray, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
He's fueled. And
Sure.
he wants an opponent. And yeah.
Okay, so I will say, you are on an island, right? And the dragon is above the lake.
Yep.
Like in this, if you ran 200 feet back to get to the stairs, it's directly above where it went out, right? So 200 feet away, and the island is maybe like a 50-foot radius. So there's 100 and some odd feet between you and the dragon of water.
Yeah, he's not gonna start swimming to him like Final Fantasy X style.
Okay.
But he definitely wants to face, if he wants
Sure.
to kill him. Then,
When you start running towards him, Aurello runs up to you and is like, do you want to walk on the, can I be helpful, or is this bad?
he is fueled with blood rage. The orc inside of him has taken over.
Okay,
I want Elle to run up and be like, can you make us cover? Can you use that to make us cover?
he's like, I don't really control the sand or the water, it just changes, ubiquitously.
All right.
Do I still have the fear, frightened status effect?
I think we're gonna ditch the fright from the first phase, for those of you that have it still.
Okay.
Um,
I gotta do something. Yeah.
this is almost like a new encounter, but we'll keep...
Gotcha.
Let's actually...
Phase 2 of the boss.
Yeah, we're gonna scrap...
Mm-hmm.
You can keep Bless, you can keep Bardic Inspiration, etc., but I'm gonna scrap his sort of...
The Bane.
The Bane is gone, and your Fright is gone. That'll be the exchange. Yeah, so Aurello walks up to you, Doc, and is getting no response, really. And so he's just like...
do it.
Yeah, exactly. He looks at you and he's like, okay. He's like, Inverse Oasis. He's still bleeding from before, and zoom, this radius of sand appears around, and he just is like, let's go! And he starts running out. Yeah, exactly. So now Aurella's running beside you, Haddock, and sand is appearing beneath your feet.
Is it raining sand in the radius too?
That's such an
Yes.
interesting question.
I assume it has to be.
Yes,
That
yeah.
was my hesitation is if you're gonna make us cover because then it's harder to see.
Yeah, no, it becomes
I'm
it all
sure.
it all becomes sand. That's it. We gotta be consistent, and it is a sphere above him.
So it's gonna
I
impede
spit
the
out
vision
some
both
sand.
from anybody in the sphere to the dragon, but then to the dragon seeing the people.
Yeah, it's
in the
obstructed
sphere.
vision both ways.
Mhm. So I don't know if that would be disadvantage on either part.
It's disadvantage on ranged attacks, both
Okay.
ways.
But those who are staying on the island would still be able to
Yeah.
see. Okay.
So Haddock, you're in this sand pelting business now, and Aurello's like, I didn't think about this, and he's clearly never used it in the rain before. He's like, this is really uncomfortable.
How close are we to the blue dragon now?
You make about 30 feet of gain, like a full turn's worth, and then the dragon is going to finish his turn, ostensibly. He is going to look at all of you, and his body is pulsating with lightning now. There is just this shock running along its body. It seems to be charging or something, and then lightning strikes it on the back, and it rears in pain and shrieks, and then its body glows a bright blue, and it just Godzilla style nuclear blast rains lightning down as it swoops to get a straight line. And I believe every single person needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please. And don't forget, I believe you all have Bless.
Yep.
So roll a d20, add 1d4, and let me know what you got.
I am going to re-roll that with an inspiration point, because that's not cool.
Okay, there goes an inspiration point.
It's worth it.
I'm
was very
going
worth
to
it.
also re-roll with my inspiration.
Okay.
Maybe the only thing I can
21.
I don't know.
You got 21, Jader?
21.
Pass. Farrell.
15.
15, fail. Just keep
Sorry, 20. I forgot to add my dex modifier.
Okay, pass. Keep in your brain if you pass or fail, please. Hadak.
23 pass.
Pass. Elion.
26.
Pass. Alencia.
I got a nat 20.
Pass. Fant.
23.
Everybody passes. Let's see if Arello passes.
Oh no.
Oh.
He does not pass.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no.
He rolled a 2.
It has fallen through the
Yeah,
water.
see, that's what I rolled before my inspiration.
that's what I was gonna have before the
Yeah.
inspiration point. Yeah.
Arello doesn't really have an inspiration point. Yeah, that's how much health does he have? You know, I didn't really think about this.
I'm just thinking of Bobby being in the middle of a lake and just
Oh boy, he's not. Oh god, he does not have very much health. Okay.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Lightning, like the dragon swoops and the lightning strikes the surface of the lake and almost bounces across the lake on the bottom of the arc, but the top 2/3 of the arc just like spirals, and this massive column just bounding towards you all just. And here's what happens. Everyone who passed, which is everyone, you take 22 lightning damage.
Is that half of normal?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't take any damage.
Oh.
Right. Arello takes 44.
Oh boy.
Does that? Where does that leave our boy?
Our boy is bleeding from multiple places, and is charred to a crisp. He smells like s'mores.
Delicious.
And there's no adverse consequences, but he is not doing great. He's alive,
Looking pretty rough.
and he's like, I don't think I can go anymore. And the dragon is gonna stop right in front of you guys, Hadak, and just beat its wings right above the water. It's like literally right in front of you. And it is now Varel's turn.
Can we say the sand turned to glass beneath their feet?
Oh, that's cool. There's so much heat that it crystallizes the sand into glass. I like that. Sure. The top layer of sand, which is then quickly covered by more rain sand, is glass.
So how far away am I from him now? He was 200 feet offshore.
Yeah, and then he flew He flew far more than his movement speed should technically permit. He's about 40 feet away.
Okay. And he is in the air still?
Just above the water level, but flying.
Okay. What about relative to the sand? Like height-wise?
Sand dragon. Like
Okay.
5 feet.
Like melee range or no?
Melee range, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Cool. Can I run to the sand, or is there water between now?
There's water between.
Okay. How much
30 feet.
of water?
Yes.
Okay. Do we know how swim speed works?
I
relative to movement
believe
speed?
if you do not have a stated swim speed, it is half your movement speed, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, here's what can I defer my turn to my shadow first?
Sure, it doesn't really matter which order it goes in, I guess.
Yeah. So my shadow is going to run to the shore just before the water, and then attempt to teleport onto the dragon's back.
Okay.
It's cloudy. Are we in dim light, or is this bright light?
It's an afternoon thunderstorm, so, like, it's dim, I guess.
Okay, good, because shadows, the teleport can only be used in dim light, so I'll leave that up to you whether I can do this.
I think it's fine.
Okay, cool. So my shadow is going to teleport onto the dragon's back and attempt to just smash it over the head with its quarterstaff.
Okay.
That is a 23.
That hits.
Okay. And then damage is 11 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a key point to attempt to make this a stunning strike.
Okay.
So it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw against 14.
Pass.
Okay. And then I will use my multi-attack to attack one more time.
Okay.
That is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
So he's on the dragon's back now. And you know what? I think Varyl's gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
So me and the shadow are chilling up there.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Yep. 25.
Yep. Roll the second one.
Okay. Second one is a 19.
That hits.
Okay. So we're gonna do damage on the first one first. That is 6 damage.
Okay.
And we're gonna try a stunning strike as well. 14.
Pass.
Okay, and the second damage is 11 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 10 damage, my bad.
Okay.
And we're also going to try to make that a stunning strike.
Fail, but it will use its final legendary resistance to succeed.
Okay, good.
And it will laugh. Like, yes!
Wow.
Nailed it.
I'm just picturing this giant dragon just like sitting there and then rolling the dice.
It slips through the claws and falls in the water. Damn it! Is that your turn, Veryl?
Yeah, so I ran 10 feet to the water's edge, teleported, attacked. I have 40 feet of movement speed. Could I jump down from his back?
You will incur an attack of opportunity. IMO. IMO.
All right, I'll stay up there then, actually.
I don't think there's
See
a
what
universe where you
happens.
get off the dragon's back without consequences.
Sure. Yeah, we're chilling on the dragon's back. Me and
Great.
the shadow.
Then it's all Hadak.
All Hadak, you say?
That's what I said.
Oh, well, shit. I think it's been quite a long time since I've been able to do this, but I think against such a fearsome foe that I think it's about time. And in a fit of rage, Hadak will take his mace and beat the serrated edges across his chest in a bloody fervor.
All right, I think no question you take damage from that. no question. Oh, but we can apply that if you'd like.
I would like to apply that, so can
Sure.
I do this first?
Yeah, roll damage on your mace.
It's all part of the plan.
It's all part of it. It's all part of the plan. Self-flagellation, all part of the plan.
Hold on, where's the mace? Is that 1d6 or 1d8? That's 1d6, sorry. Alright, so I take 4 damage,
Plus strength.
7 damage. And I would like to echo the words of my brink. Erupting provocation. And
It sounds just like that. It permeates. Everyone's and the trees shake.
The dragon just whispers, "Holy shit!"
He turns around to you in the shadow and is like, "This guy, silent but deadly."
all right, so starting from this turn and including the damage that I took from this mace, any damage that I take is accumulated, and at the end of 5 turns or whatever, whenever like earlier, I think we agreed
Yeah, you
on
can
that.
use it whenever you want.
Yeah. in a 15-foot radius, like anyone in that 15-foot radius takes half as that much damage.
Or
75% much damage.
Or
the
leveled up version of the ability, which is
that,
better.
I was saying like we just increased the radius and the efficacy, didn't we not?
You gained something. You have the ability to strike one target, remember? For your leveled up. Do you remember this?
No, I do not.
Okay,
I don't have
well,
it in the notes.
all right, I'm not gonna. Nobody has to deafen, because it's just cool as hell, and I want y'all to hear it anyway. Hadok's leveled up version of his brink, he can still do that, and I think the radius did increase. But the leveled up version is instead you can clap your hands together, and the blood makes a laser, and it will hit one target, no questions asked, and deal the full damage.
So there's that. So there's that. So I'm gonna erupt my provocation, whatever. Whatever.
Sure.
But also as a bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word on good friend Grillo here. At the 3rd spell level.
Okay.
So he would roll a 3d4 and add 7 to it.
1, 3.
Nice
That's
near.
4. Plus 1 is 5. Plus 7.
Plus 7.
12.
Okay.
Yes, this is new music. Wow, who'd have thought it was even possible? Excellent. Is that your turn?
Move even closer to dragon, and then that's my end of my turn.
Excellent. Up next is Elencia.
Okay, who's gotten chonked from the dragon?
Everyone got hit, except for Varel.
Except for Beryl.
So wait, Varel, does that ability apply to your shadow?
We said that the shadow has everything I do.
Okay,
right?
Sure, great, fine, it's
Wait,
invincible,
am I
whatever.
dumb? 'Cause I was
I didn't roll for my shadow though.
That's true. Roll for your shadow.
13 plus the 18.
It fails. So it takes half or the full.
Well, so I had inspiration, but I didn't use bless. Is my shadow blessed?
No.
I don't think it is.
No.
I don't
Okay.
no.
But I have my D8 inspiration. Can I use that for my shadow or only me?
I think it's a different
Probably
entity.
just me.
I think it's a
Okay.
different entity.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it fails. So it takes half damage.
Okay, 22.
Okay. It's still up. Barely.
I must have completely blanked, and I don't recall taking damage. How much damage should I have taken?
22.
22.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
Alencia. Everybody's been hit for 22 except for Aurelio, who was hit by 44, but Hadok just gave him a little bit back.
Wait, also they're not next to me. Is anybody else next to me? Like that was hurt more than that previously?
Jader got swacked, I think.
Oh, I've been swacked.
Who's hurt? Are you hurting?
I mean, I have. Is it?
Yeah,
allowed
it's
to say
fine.
how
That's
much-
fine.
I have 34 hit points left.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can take a little bit more, but
I might have.
Can I divide between the two of us?
I think so.
I think we said that it was okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because I have 36 to give out, and I feel like I need to do that before my brink goes away. 'cause
Sure.
otherwise
I think Elion might be in dire need.
Do you need more? What do you
If I
need?
take another exactly a hit like we already just did, I'm done. So
Okay, so I'm gonna give most of it to you then.
thank you.
I assume we're within reach of each
Yeah,
other.
all of you except for Hadok and Aurelio are all right next to each other.
Okay. With this, do we decide? I don't think. Transferring like healing.
Yeah.
We didn't decide if it's an action or a bonus action or anything.
I think it's an action, but I'm gonna say that since you're splitting it, you can do it to yourself and someone else, or like it can all be in one thing.
Okay.
Does that make
sure.
sense?
And then, yeah, and then Hunter's Mark should still be active because
Correct.
it hasn't been an hour. So yeah, I'm going to then. I will give Elion take 24 of that.
Yo, thanks.
Yeah, and then I will take Pedro, I'll get you soon. I'll take the other 12 for now. 'Cause,
Great. Noted. She has to lick you for that.
yeah. I'm gonna come up and be like, excuse me.
Ooh.
I'll just take your arm. Here you go.
Squid
Wait,
Game
I like
style.
kneel. Like a gentleman kissing a lady's hand.
Royalty.
The weirdest gentleman kiss of all time, where she grabs your hand and then licks your hand.
And you're like, okay. And then you're like, wow, I feel a lot better. That's nice. There you go.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, Natus got his thumbnails for this video.
Yes, exactly. And
How's that,
then
everybody?
I don't think I'm close enough for
You're 40 feet.
Hail of Thorns. Because that applies to the next ranged weapon attack. Can I do that now for my next turn?
I think so. So long as you have that as a bonus action, because your action would have been dispelling or dispersing the brink energy.
Right. Yeah, it is a bonus action.
Great. Yeah, you can absolutely. I think that applies to your next turn. I would assume.
Applies to the next range bonus attack. Each
Yeah.
creature within 4 feet must make. Okay, cool. Okay, so that should just be the dragon, honestly. Okay, so I'll just prep Hail of Thorns for the next turn.
Sweet.
Great.
Up next is Daneth.
Thanks. It's
All
definitely
right,
just
well-
the dragon who's going to suffer from the Hail of Thorns. Definitely
Yeah.
only the dragon. Definitely
Right.
only the dragon.
Oh, the dragon. Well, I was thinking, what if we,
Seems like it's only the dragon.
double the Hail of Thorns? And, Barrel's still up there, but I didn't see it. So, no, we're not doing that. But, I'm mad.
Dragon's big enough
I'm
that she
mad
can.
at Dragon.
She
I'm
can hit
mad
just it.
At Bobby Hadak for looking so cool there, activating that brink. And, I just can't stand in the shadows. I got to do something, so. I'm just going to stand
go.
out there. I'm going to whip out both of my short swords for show. I'm not actually going to use them. And then, just on my right shoulder, or left shoulder, here. Little cut there. I'm going to enunciate the words of my new and improved brink. Now, I say the words indomitable trust.
As
different
Oh.
than last time.
as Daneth says, indomitable trust. His well, actually, Daneth, would you mind deafening for a second?
Oh my god, I forgot about this. All right, I'm gonna deafen.
Okay, so Daneth's new brink ability is powered not by how cool everyone in an immediate vicinity thinks he is, but how much they trust him.
Aw, character development.
And it is vastly more powerful. It requires fewer people for it to be equally as effective. So now we must play the fun therapy game. How much does your character trust Daneth? So just like, do you think, like, we'll just go down the line and I'll say, do you think your character trusts Daneth, scale of 1 to 5? Hadak.
I think he's taken a liking and trust to Daneth because we kind of like coach each other through like his like death of his like parents and like all that stuff. So a good respect, good trust.
What number? 1 to 5.
We'll do 4.
Okay. Jader. No, Jader's last. Jader's last. Alencia. Jader's last.
Everybody's laughing, and I'm so worried what's about to happen.
Deafen.
Oh, I thought you waved at me.
Oh no, I was waving at Jader.
All
Deafen.
right, I'm back.
Alencia.
I mean, it's not 100%. I think.
Hey, that's fine.
I think he's been a reliable party member. Like,
I love this.
Even though it's like,
Slap a number on it. Just don't even worry about it. Just slap a number on it.
Less than Hadak, but you said a 4.
So then a 3.
Plop a 3 on it.
3.5. I'm gonna say 3.5.
Whole number answers only. 3.
I'm
Varel.
gonna do it at a 10.
Varel.
And then 7.
Varel is too naive to not trust any of his party members wholly, so he's giving him a 5.
Wow.
Nice.
Elion.
Elion is kind of intimidated by the vanity that he shows, so probably a 3.
Okay. And Jader.
1.
Is that a real answer?
Yeah, it's a real answer.
Sick! Yes, dude. Wait, I love that only we know this. Okay, rad. Wait, I love that that's just been festering in your brain. Excellent. All right. Daneth, None of this leaves this group. None of this can leave this group.
Okay.
You did that same exact gesture last time, so I got fooled.
I know. It was
I give you a
all
thumbs up.
that was all out of
Alright.
game, by the way. So your characters did not have that conversation with me or whatever. So, all right.
Better.
Daneth, do you? God, I never wrote down the stats for your brink. Literally, not even once. So I'm gonna say your movement speed.
You need to add these together.
I'm so worried. I think it's hilarious my brink involves stuff I can't hear, but
I'm not adding.
thing
I'm
that
just
has that
thinking.
button.
I'm just thinking of how I want to do it.
Just sent you the numbers.
Thank you.
Welcome to Tabletop Trust Fall.
Oh.
That would be.
Okay. Daneth, I'm gonna say your movement speed increases by 50%, 3 halves. Your armor sort of glows a color between silver and gold. It's like a bronze almost. It's not quite gold, but it's not quite silver. And your strength modifier, that's typically how we did it, right? Your strength modifier would increase. I'm going to say your strength modifier increases...
There you go. That's helpful.
Oh, that is helpful. I didn't think about it that way. Thank you. Let's say your modifier, the plus, increases by 6?
so I'm adding 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as in, if you had plus 3 strength, it'd be plus 9.
Okay. All right.
Your brink is intentionally
Plus
quite
5
powerful
strength,
because
so
it
it's
can
going to
only
plus 11.
it can only be used so often, right? And I trust you as Daneth to use it somewhat sparingly, because otherwise it'd be very broken. Though, yeah, that's all I'll say. It could be worse. Daneth, what's the do?
Well, that takes my turn. So
Okay.
I'm gonna re-Hunter's Mark because it's so powerful. Yeah, it takes my full turn to do it. No bonus action is gonna do 5 things in one turn, Varel. But
You know, your trust.
I will use
Your
bonus
your
action to
5
make
mosquito
sure
bites.
Your
Hunter's
trust-
Mark is
you
on
you
there.
you might be assailing the person that trusts you the most. I won't say anything. Moving on.
That was out of character. That was out of character.
Eliel.
My turn.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Jader.
Jader. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I haven't done anything really up to this point except make the dragon go prone. But hopefully I can change that. How far away is the dragon?
40 feet.
Still
Okay.
flying in the air.
Yes.
But it's
It's just above the ground.
But I could potentially get close enough to swing my sword.
Wait,
Well,
don't
it's
You have, don't you have a new kind of hole?
he already used it.
I
Oh,
used
really?
it. I don't remember what I used it on, but I used it.
You used it in
Oh,
this
man.
encounter earlier.
I did, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what I did with that.
I was
Um,
gonna say something that's flying is like the perfect target.
Well, it affects
It's
inanimate
gotta
objects.
Be, yeah.
Okay.
But Jader, there is 30 feet of water and then 10 feet of land.
I have running long jump. Could I jump it?
No. Do you know what the
You
do you know what the world record long jump is? It's like
underestimated me.
22 feet, and that's
I've been
like
training.
incredible.
I've been training for this.
Okay.
It's close to 30 feet. It's close.
It is
to 30
close
feet.
to 30 feet.
What is running long jump? How does it work?
The distance I can cover increases by a number of feet equal to my strength modifier. But I would guess that I can jump really far. What if I pogo off my sword? Plant it and...
Involved.
Well, it
Long
would
jump.
be in-
When you make a
in-
long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on 1 foot immediately before the jump, when you make a standing long jump, you can leap only half that distance. Either way, each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot of movement. So,
29 4 1/4 inches, by the way. 29
Is
feet,
that the world
44
record?
inches. Yeah.
Wow.
So
My-
Close to
Jader,
30.
My
Come
record.
on, how cool would that be? Let me get on there.
My
are you
record
trying to get
is
from the island to
16.5.
the sand?
I actually
What,
long jumped
Alencia?
in high school.
So did I.
Is he trying to get from the island to the sand?
I think he's trying to get as close as he can.
I want to smack that dragon with my sword.
Yeah, that's not going to happen this turn, but you can get close. Okay, so it's equal to your strength score, not your strength modifier. So what's your strength score?
20.
Okay, so you can, if you run 10 feet, you can jump 20. And that'll be your full movement.
What if I run 30? Oh, wait. So there's only 10 feet to the water.
There's 10 feet to the water, or, well, you're at the shore, but... Alright, here's what I'm going to give you. This is my gift to you. If you jump, you can swim and make it to the edge of the shore in one turn. But you cannot get close enough to strike. That definitely is not possible.
What if I use
Here we go.
my action surge?
That is if... That is... You could
Or
dash.
my second wind.
You can
Yeah.
dash. You could dash, but that's an action. Dashing doubles your movement speed, but that's your action. That's the action you take.
But if he has an action surge, then he gets another action after that.
Does that only happen on an
Yeah.
attack?
Action surge, on your turn, take one additional action. Can be used once per short rest.
Great, yeah,
I'm
you
not
can
using
dash and then attack, and you can make it.
All right, so I can, using my action surge, can I attempt to hit this thing?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
sorry.
Jader,
This was
it's okay.
convoluted way of getting to the.
Jader dashes, he runs and jumps, and in midair, I'm sure, is like, look, and then, and he lands 1 foot in front of where he jumped, and no, he clears 20 feet of the water, and then just freestyle, and then pops up onto the sand and rolls out and stands up, sword unsheathed, runs up to the dragon, and
Oh, yeah.
Jader, roll to hit.
This is gonna be. If this doesn't hit, it's gonna be
It's not gonna
so
hit.
sad.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah, it didn't hit. Not a chance.
Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
You got blessed?
It's not gonna matter. How'd that feel?
Turn. Worthless.
Good try, Jader! Cheering from the back
Let's
of
go,
the dragon.
Jader! Let's go, Jader!
How'd that feel?
What? Yeah, I have an extra attack.
You're just like, wow.
Extra
All
I have
right.
extra attack. Can use on every turn.
Yeah, hit it.
Okay,
Oh my god.
let's go. Does a 21 hit?
It sure does, baby.
Let's go.
Redemption arc.
Wait. Is that
Let's-
a... What was the nat? What was the natural?
13
Okay, never mind.
plus an 8 for my vorpal blade.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay. So I am smacking with. For 15.
Nice. All right. Is that your turn?
I think so.
Sweet. You slice up once and miss, slice the second time, hit. The dragon's looking a little rough, gang. Looking a little rough. It's sort of, wavering. The wyvern is wavering. Wave at it. Elion, it's your turn. Maybe throw in a tongue twister if you want. I don't know.
I'm curious. So there's like an island that's the Dragon's Eye, and then there's a little bit of water, and then there's the island where the fight is happening.
Where the sand is, yeah.
Okay. How far or how close can I get to that?
Here we go again. Here's the island, 30 feet of water, sand.
Right.
And then
So,
dragon is 10 feet this way.
Yeah.
I can't remember the radius of Inverse Oasis, and we just decided 10 feet just now in my brain, and that's it. And we're going to act like Aurelio can change it.
Okay.
Would the sand be hard to move on?
Yeah, but I didn't want to deal with rough terrain. There's enough going on.
It's
Okay,
glass
right.
now, so it's okay.
It's glass now.
Oh yeah, right. So you're just gonna slip on it because it's sand on top of glass. You literally slip. It's
Elion, what's the do?
Well, I'm gonna cast Bane on the dragon.
Okay.
From where I'm at, stand right on the edge of the water. Cast Bane. So you must make a Charisma saving throw, Mr. Dragon, or Mrs. Dragon. We haven't determined the gender actually.
Its gender is piece of shit. What is this? A Constitution saving throw?
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay. Well, it's a mean dragon and it eats people.
Yeah, I mean.
His pronouns are bad person. What's the DC on that?
17.
Oh, 16.
Get baned.
Get
nerd.
baned, nerd.
So 1d4 to any saving throw or attack roll.
Okay,
That must be subtracted.
we right back, baby.
Then, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Aurello, who's not doing so hot in the Sand Island.
Okay, how much?
I'm gonna cast it at level 2. So let's find out. 3.
Okay. He suddenly feels about
Oh wait,
about
plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay.
I lied. It's actually 9. Ooh, a little better. A little better.
he feels marginally better. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Dragon. Dragon! That's a deep reference. Someone will get it. Yes, dragon! Anyway, the dragon is just gonna swipe at Haddock because it'd be cool if Haddock gets to use his ability. Minus 1d4, right?
For the Bane?
Yeah. Haddock does a... keep in mind your new armor class, if you bought new armor, is applied after this.
I
20.
that hits.
Okay. This is a claw attack. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. You take 13. And then it is going to tail swipe in one fell swoop up at Varel and his shadow. I'll roll twice, I guess. That is 24 on Varel to hit, and 26 on the shadow.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay. Oh, I'd get half the damage. This is what you get. This is what you get. Where are my d8s? There they are.
But he smacks himself in his own head.
you
Knocks
take
him out cold.
you take 16.
Okay.
So far, nobody in the chat has gotten it. If I wanted to do Trogdor, I would just do my strong bad impression. Shadow takes 17.
Just say
Okay.
anything about Brilliant
The shadow dissipates.
Trogdor!
Gray smoke.
The ugly one!
Aiden.
The ugly one cheerleader!
That's pretty good, actually.
Thank you. I watched a lot of Homestar Runner when I was a child.
Me too.
It's the best. They once did this is a small sidebar. They once did an April Fool's where the website was upside down, and I was like 9, and I called my mom over and I said, the internet's broken. Because I was under the impression that the website was wrong.
Well,
So,
I started the Trogdor board game, so I have that here at my place.
there you go. There you go.
My special Homestar thing.
There you go.
It's actually pretty fun.
R.I.P. Java?
Java. Flash.
Flash.
Flash, not Java.
Excellent. That's its turn. And up next is Vero,
Okay.
whose shadow is
So-
newly dispersed.
Yep. With the remains of the shadow's cloud slowly fizzling away into the rain next to him, Varel is going to stand. Is he still on the dragon's back? Did he have any trouble staying
Oh,
on there?
that's an interesting question. Let's do a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
Didn't think about that.
Let's go ahead and use my stuff to stay on.
Use my stuff. Okay. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
that means.
Oh, I have Bless and I have an Inspiration die. Both of which rolled maximum, actually. 20.
You stay on.
I
By
rolled
the hairs on your chinny chin chin.
I rolled a 3 on
Wow.
my D20. and it turned into a 20 because I rolled an 8 on my inspiration, a 4 on my bless, and then +5 on strength saving throws.
Nice. Yeah, the tail swipes and it cleaves the shadow in twain. No blood, and it just disperses. And then it hits you, and you just hold on to these two, like, horn-looking things coming out of the back. And then you swipe back on.
Cool.
And it is your turn.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna smack him with the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Of course.
Quarterstaff, of course.
Yep, that's 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna try to make this a stunning strike.
Yep, he has no more
And-
legendary resistance. Stunning Strike is a success.
Okay.
As in, he succeeds.
Yeah. This is 9 damage.
Okay.
Let's see. And then we're going to use the multi-attack. Let's see. Do I want to keep my bonus action for the teleport? No. So I'm actually going to use an unarmed strike.
You're gonna punch a dragon.
I'm just gonna punch it. But I'm gonna punch it.
Something he would do.
I'm gonna punch it twice.
Okay. Wow.
That's some groundbreaking
Game
stuff
and
right there.
change, boy.
Yeah. I'll do my.
We got a real bout today.
I'm gonna do my second quarterstaff first, though.
Sure. Yeah. Just roll all your hits, please.
Yeah. 11. So it's 19 for the second quarterstaff.
Hit.
Okay. And then 18 for the punch.
Miss.
And 27 for the second punch.
Hit.
Okay. So we have a quarterstaff. I have 0 key points remaining after this. So one of these is going to be another attempt at a stunning strike, and then
Success.
he succeeds. Dang it!
Correct.
Can't stun this dang dragon. Okay. That is lots of dice to roll. 4 + 5 is 9 for the quarterstaff hit,
Okay.
and then the punch. I haven't punched in a while. It's a d6. Is
preferably.
10 damage.
Okay. Dragon is looking rough, gang. Dragon is looking rough. That punch did mighty damage.
Kidney punch, dude. I'm telling you.
You punched him in the. It's like Smaug. You found the little spot. Excellent. Is that your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
Haddock, it might be the promised moment, my friend. It's your turn.
Is it the promised moment?
He's not looking good.
Would it be guaranteed? Well, okay. Well, Doc is pissed.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well.
sure we all know that by now.
It seems to be how you pre-curse
Really?
every turn. Every single turn I think of this encounter, you've gone, okay, my turn. Haddock's pissed.
You didn't get that on a T-shirt.
Yeah,
Haddock is pissed.
Haddock is pissed.
Yeti, I got my eyes on you, all right?
Haddock is pissed, baby.
Just Haddock is pissed. Just yet angry orc. Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right.
That was really good.
Let me, let me toss my mace down to the side. You know, gotta warm up the old hands.
Warm up the old clappers.
as we channel the brink energy into
Blood.
a mighty flow to our. Oh, sorry. The blood.
Blood begins to course around Haddock's body that had been sort of pulsating as he got hit more and more. And it just starts to stream down his arms, along his veins, and along his skin in sort of a snaking, worm-like motion. And it begins to coalesce in the palms of his hands.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we unleash the brink power of erupting provocation at a level 2. Oh, wait, but before that.
Haddock's
We'll
pissed.
do it.
As he claps, there is like this, the amount of force that exits his hands easily breaks the sound barrier, and this massive cone, this shockwave, boom, just emanates backwards, and like the top layer of sand reveals glass, I guess. And there's glass. And water sprays, and this laser beam just instantly, it's here and then it's at the dragon. It is like traveling hundreds of meters per second, and it this laser thin blood, and it cuts right through its neck. Just and it takes how much, Haddock? It's however much you took. which was
Well,
the
it
mace
was
the mace hit plus whatever the claw hit was.
So it was like 20 damage or something like that.
Something like that's not exactly a number.
No, I mean,
But wait, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what we did. The mace hit was 7.
yeah. And then we took.
What's that? Breath?
How much
It
did we
was
take from the
straight.
claw?
No, the breath was before this. So the claw was 2d10s. I think you took 13.
So 20
You know what? Good for you, Hadak.
or something.
Or something. And if
Does
it's not
20 do it?
And if it's not 20, gamers in the YouTube comment section, too bad. It does not do it, but the dragon sort of falters and lightning is beginning.
That's
Lightning.
it. I use my bonus action. I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon at the 3rd level, thus incurring the attack of it. I'm gonna have it molded at one of those claws that he
Okay.
just sliced me with.
Okay.
I'm going to attack him, and I'm going to use that bardic inspiration to make sure this hits.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Also, the mace. We counted for the mace. We accounted for the mace in the damage.
You may say Hadak is pissed.
Mad?
Ooh.
So they say.
So they say.
Does a 18 hit?
Nope.
Ugh.
Do you have bless?
No, I did not target myself.
Yeah, you did. You cast it at a level to get everyone. I'm pretty sure, all 6 of you. I'm almost certain.
Okay.
I'm almost certain.
Then who does? It was
Aurello doesn't. Aurello wasn't
okay.
there. He wasn't there.
Let me roll Zabaresu.
Did you just Zaworldo with bless?
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
All right. That would be at a 8 plus 2 for 8 damage. Does that hurt?
Where are you chopping? Its hands? Its wrist?
What? I'm using its hand to chop at a hand.
I don't understand, but okay. Hand to chop at a hand?
The spiritual weapon is the dragon's hand. Like
Oh.
talons are using it to. Yeah.
How ironic. What dramatic irony. It slices and its hand lops off and it's hanging by like some tendons, and lightning begins to billow out of its hand, little sparks here and there arcing. The potential difference just massive between this dragon and everything else in the air, I guess. As lightning just out of the holes in its necks and its body, and its body begins to like, and lightning begins to shine out of its body, and it falls into the water and begins to sink below. And as this happens, I didn't think about this, but it's just gonna happen now. Because in my mind you'd still be downstairs, but you're not anymore. So
Barrel no.
the lightning opens a spot in its belly, and a chest rises in the water and is floating.
And Varyl's hanging onto it for dear life.
Oh, right! Oh, Varel, yeah. Let's make a strength saving throw, shall we?
Yeah, you're like holding onto this dragon while the dock is just taking.
You also like you're like moving your chest slightly as lightning just
Freakazoid-esque.
21.
Yeah, you gracefully dive. You gracefully sort of, like angel dive off of the dragon, and then
I hold up a 10.
Ah, nice.
But none of the lightning goes to the water.
This is
Feeling
actually
very attacked right now.
this is actually deionized water, so it doesn't conduct electricity.
Yeah, I also-
It's just a lake made of deionized water.
I mean,
Yeah, no, there would be lightning conducted across the surface. But Varel jumped. Yeah.
back onto the sand. It's fine.
Varel, you have 2 choices.
Okay.
And this is a split decision Varel must make in his mind, seeing what is below. You surmise you can either land on the sand and take damage, or land in the water and risk being electrocuted.
Varel decides, since he has this moment to actually consider his options, he's just gonna teleport to the sand.
Sure.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll let your 21 strength save carry you there.
I revoke my 10.
Yeah, revoked. Deleted. Excellent. Well, gamers, you did it. The chest floats to shore. Yeah, the judges are like, well, they're not coming back. Arella opens the chest, and there are exactly 300 gold pieces inside the chest. And, hooey, there's something else in there. Whoa. And this is perhaps what gave the dragon its power, or maybe not. I don't know, because it was supposed to be downstairs, but that's flooded with water now. So this is the only in-canon way for you to receive this item now. A javelin rises to the surface. And it is this double-sided javelin, and the spear tips on the end of the javelin look like jagged, like lightning bolts. And there's a blue lightning bolt streak running down each side, and it bzz, bzz, bzz. It sort of seems to have a little bit of eminent electricity.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That is
Before
pretty
we
cool.
go on, I'd like to look over at Daneth and say, "Oh, you look pretty cool, buddy." Glad you got to
what would
use
make
that.
you look even cooler.
Glad you got to use
So
that.
I just gotta look over at that. that fancy new cool-looking weapon over there.
You know, I had a feeling that Daneth specifically would be like, yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Also looking at it.
Eventually turn me into Thor, the god of thunder. Are you kidding? Of course Daneth wants that.
I already have long blonde hair.
Yeah,
The
also...
given dealt a grand total of 0 damage to this dragon over the course of 2 sessions. Maybe not.
Oh,
I
so
feel like
what
they
is...
should play a game for it.
Ooh, what's the democratic way? Unless, does anybody else want it? I mean, this is up to you guys to decide how it gets divvied. And Arello's
I
like...
can't even use it.
Arello's also like, there's gold here. Do we
Take some of
Split
that.
it. Should we split it up?
split it evenly? Arello's like, I don't feel like I really did much.
I feel
So
like we should go to a shop after this, so maybe I'll take some gold.
crazy.
It'd be like 50 apiece, right?
What was that, Valencia?
50 apiece.
Yeah, so it'd be 50 apiece, split even.
Okay.
Everybody good with that?
So Arello splits the 50 amongst you, and he's like, that was real charitable of me. If anybody wanted to toss a coin or two.
I hand him my sack of 50. I'm like, I don't really like that sort of stuff.
And Arello's like, oh gosh, I can't, but I will. He pockets it.
There's a game that you can play with the coins. Let's.
Oh, are we Squid Gaming this?
No, I was. I mean, we could.
Who
Whoever can
wants
throw
it,
this as
though?
close to the
Is
wall.
it
No,
just me and Dennis?
I think so. I don't think anybody else has really.
I'm good with my sword.
Would this be treated like a spear?
No, it is a proper javelin, I believe, which is a
simple melee weapon.
So pretty much everybody should be proficient with it.
Yes.
Yeah. You can
Rangers
throw
are
it.
proficient.
It can be thrown, though. Yeah, it does have range. I'll give you its stats at some other time. I think it has to be attuned, which means you have to do a short rest with it, I believe. You got to do like an hour. You got to, cuddle with it.
Would you guys be down to do heads or tails on our new fancy gold? To see who gets the javelin?
Elle suddenly remembers that static electricity is a thing and doesn't want her to be like this all the time.
That would be funny. Would be funny.
If she goes up and puts her paw in it for a second,
You just look scarier because you're all puffed up.
she puts her paw in it for a second, then she's like, oh, like, I don't know.
It's all about aesthetics with Elle. It's all about the aesthetic.
Gotta look good.
But she'll walk over to Daneth and say, you can take it, and her static electricity just transfers.
Psst. Daneth, it is yours. I will send you the stats probably after this episode.
All right, let's go. But before, so I see it over there. Is it walkable too?
Yeah, we'll say yeah at this point, sure.
All right,
Like
I'm gonna
you said,
go over
it's-
there. Just gonna grab it.
Uh-huh,
Just look at it.
sure.
Raise it up.
This is a very
I have
villainous,
the power.
very villainous thing to do.
You're like,
to
"Ugh."
stare, to be like, cool, it's mine.
Can
we all-
javelin.
Can we all just be walking
100%
away while he's doing this? Like no
Yeah.
one's paying attention to this at all.
Everyone's walking away.
Elle's like looking for a boat. She's like, really good. How do we get out of here?
So, as you're all walking away, I'm gonna pause the music on my side.
I was gonna lean over to Elion and be like,
Sure.
I don't know if I need. Let me know if I need to take it back from him.
As the rain continues to pelt down on you and you make it to shore at the Dragon's Eye, you're all sort of beat, and you begin walking, toward off this Dragon's Eye island, right? And there's a little boat. You get on it, and Arello sort of rows you guys over back to he just casts Inverse Oasis, and you just walk. The lot of you just walk to the north edge, and when you make it to the north edge, you see a group of individuals walking towards you, and it is Le Père and his two guards, and the rain is still coming down, and he walks up to you and he says, "Congratulations, you have proven yourself so worthy. This is fantastic." And he sort of looks at all of you, expecting some kind of response.
I mean, Elion's right there, by the way.
And he says, "Why should that matter?"
You have some explaining to do, I think.
"About what?" "My son, you have slain a dragon at my doorstep. Why should I be upset with you anymore? Come back, we will welcome you back to the city, no problem."
Where's my sister?
We don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of those details now, my boy. It's not necessary.
I would like to cast Greater Invincibility. Just
What
like
does
this,
that do?
Snap my fingers. And in an instant, you or a creature I touch, but I'm going to choose me, becomes invisible until the spell ends. So a minute. I am just invisible.
Okay. Le Père looks around and he says, "What, you think you can scare me? This is but a child's trick. Do you want to know what happened to her? No one had the heart to tell you." So that's... He's looking around, he's starting to get a little scared. And what are the rest of you doing? Just sort of standing there?
This is the first I've seen it, so I'm kind of like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
I
and this is new to me as well. So
Yeah, this is definitely a family matter. However, based on Elle's reaction at the last city when she was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm out," and left. I don't know how cursing is here. I've already said the F word twice. I apologize.
Well, we kept it clean for like one episode, and then I really botched it from here to then, so...
Okay, great. So with that whole vibe of her being like, "I understand when you've been hurt or shunned by
Sure.
it, whatever." She's with it. I don't know if she knows if she can sense where Elion is or anything, but she's kind of.
I think you have a general sense of where he might be, but we'll have to wait for his... Because I don't know.
Whatever cat sense might help.
Sure, you can smell him, you think. You can smell him.
Kind of sit
Barrel's
nearby.
trying really hard to focus on where the rain is not hitting the ground, but
Ooh.
instead stopping in midair.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So, Elion, he said, "Has no one had the heart to tell you?" And then he's looking around and he just begins to nervously laugh. He's like, "C'est drôle, non? Les problèmes de la famille?" And he says, "It's so like your mother and brother not to tell you. Always too soft to lead, unlike you and me. Well, fine, you don't understand your potential, I'll tell you myself." And he looks around, he's like, "Is that what you want? You want to know?" We can't see you.
My voice is from behind him now. And I say, "Yes. You better tell me right now."
And he whips around and sees nothing. And he looks around desperately. And the two guards are sort of like holding their swords out aimlessly. And it's not exactly the right vibe. That's not the right vibe either.
Can I use my last 2? Actually, I have 3 excavates to dig a hole in the guards, so it's literally just
Sure, absolutely.
his dad.
Absolutely. You do so, and they fall. Do you do the maximum depth for both of them?
No, yeah, the maximum depth, but just so that like
They both fall, and he looks at both of them, and he looks up at you, or where he assumes you are, and he says, "When you left, your sister would not shut up about you. She would not shut up about who you were, what you were, why I would not welcome you. We needed an offering, and she was 15. What would you have had me done? Good look, no, for the father of the whole city to use his own daughter. No one else gets chosen that year. Sure got her off my back."
My voice is behind him again, and I say, "It was always like you to choose duty before family."
And he, I assume, attempts to turn around?
Yes, but I would like to stab him.
Yes, I assumed as much.
Do I need to roll to hit or
You
anything?
do, but you should have advantage, as it is a surprise attack, or whatever that's actually called.
Right.
You have to whisper "nothing personnel, kid" as it hits the ground.
That is a 23.
Yeah, absolutely a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Gosh, I haven't done this in a while. 1 second. 1d8. I don't use my rapier very often. And
Special
that
occasion.
is 11 damage.
So as he attempts to whip around, just blood starts streaming out of his mouth on both sides, and he tries to grab at the blade. He's desperately trying to force it back through his back, and he falls forward to his knees, and both hands on the ground as the rain starts to really pick up now. And he's like, You never had the ability to make the choices that were important or what was needed to be done for this city. You have no idea what it takes to lead." And he starts to turn around. He's like, "None of you!" And he's just bleeding out through his chest.
I've still just got it. Can I give it a twist?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say he takes 5 more damage from just... And he takes out...
And
Yeah, go ahead, Jader.
so about that end of the world thing, we have your support, right? Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Just broke Bobby.
I just want. Can we get that in writing or something? You know?
I love this gang.
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
my question was gonna be so is this? Are we just leaving him or?
He pulls out a knife from his pocket, and he begins to hack at the blade, just dealing more damage to himself as he does. But Elion, you can obviously do whatever you'd like.
Do we want to? Are we trying to keep him alive, or are we just leaving him?
I don't get the
He's
inclination.
corrected.
I don't get the inclination that.
This is. Daniel knows this is Elion's battle.
Yeah,
I
it
just want to
sure
make
is.
sure. I'm just gonna say just.
I will not interfere. Let them fight.
I'm just gonna say just make sure it's not something you'll regret later. Let us know if we can do anything.
Yeah. No regret
Um,
here. He's caused too
okay.
much harm for our family.
He hacks at the blade, and he eventually hits it and notches into a slight divot in it, and pushes him and lurches forward and slips off the blade. And as he does, you just see bits of his stomach come off of it and fall behind him and in front of him, and he's just grasping at the grass, and he manages to stand up for a moment. And he turns around, he's like, "Show yourself to me. You owe me that."
The spell dissipates. The minute has passed, and I just kind of stand over him.
And he tries to swipe at you with his hand, and he completely misses, and he swipes again, and he completely misses, and he looks forward at you, and he says, "I hope you think you know what you're doing." And then just blood coughs out of his mouth, and he falls to the ground and slumps over dead.
Ooh.
I kind of just very, like, no words, just very solemnly kind of, like, wipe the edge of the blade. That's probably pretty damaged now, but just, like, on my sleeve to clean it and turn around.
Sure.
And I say, we have things to do. Let's get going.
Haddock
What about
sees
the
like
two
the guards.
guards?
Oh yeah, the guards are
Take
like,
care of the two guards.
what's going on up there? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Down.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je suis sur un hole.
I don't know if this is too dark. I feel like Elle can just walk up to Elion and just get any blood on you. She'll just lick it off and be like, "Let's go."
Damn, that's like weirdly brutal. I love it.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Kind of like supportive, but very dark at the
yeah.
same time.
No, Elion,
Like, just a little rub. It's like, it's okay.
it's kind of nice though, in a weird, sick, twisted, fucked up way.
Weird way.
Elion, you know what's
Hunt for her own food all the time, you know.
sure.
Oh, good.
Everybody, I mean, Elion sort of seems to have made his peace with the situation.
These
I
kind of
bear
demons have been
no
following me
feelings
forever.
at all towards this individual, so
Yeah.
I am not affected at all.
Varel
Like
is 100% sure that he has no idea what to say in this situation, so he's just gonna stay quiet.
Rare.
I feel like
Rare.
giving space is probably a good idea right now. Just letting Elion deal with everything that he's emotionally feeling at this moment.
Yeah, that's a lot of like mental and physical battles that he's gone through in his past. So,
Sure.
the I guess the betrayal of family was enough to kind of push him over the edge, and that's what happens. So, after a moment, I guess I kind of like look around and I say, we should go speak to my mother and see if we have her blessing.
Arello kind of looks around at you guys and walks over to Varel, and quietly, none of the rest of you hear it, he just leans into Varel. He goes, "You guys have a lot going on."
I only understand little bits of it.
Cool, me too. Arello just is like, "I'm gonna go in now." He just sort of starts walking into the city.
Follow him in, I suppose.
Sure. So as the lot of you process into the city, the rain is letting up a little bit now. It's sort of just drizzling, but it's very dark skies, and it's afternoon now, and you're exhausted. You literally haven't slept in 2 days. I don't know if you know that. And so Varel's fine, I guess. Fucking elves. But by the way, 17 days remain for what it's worth in the countdown clock. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You see a group of people rushing towards you as you get about halfway up through the city, and it's your mother with a group of sort of like attendants. And you know what?
Before she gets there,
Yeah, go
Varel's
ahead.
just gonna whisper to Elion and say, "So do we have to be truthful about what just happened?"
Leave it to me.
Okay.
Varel nods.
And she runs up to you guys, and she looks at you, Elion, and she says, "Qu'est-ce qui se passe?"
He's hurt our family enough. I don't think he'll be back here anymore.
And at first she thinks you're talking about the dragon. You can see sort of the cogs of her mind turning. And it takes her a second. And she understands what you're talking about. She looks sort of over at nothing. And she sheds like a few tears. And she just...
It's hard not for Elion to do the same.
Yeah. And she says, "Bien sûr. Okay. We have a city to run. The chain of command is clear." And she turns around to the attendants. She says, "Let's start rescuing the dead." Not rescuing the dead, I'm sorry. let's take care of the dead and rescue the wounded, and let's take care of the situation. You 7, go sleep. We'll take care of everything tomorrow. Yes?
Oui.
And as you begin to walk, she stops Elion for a second, and she turns around and she just gives you a hug.
I reciprocate.
And it lasts quite a while. It's a very nice hug. Feels very final.
I'll like stop ahead and just kind of wait
Sure.
while the rest walk on.
And she lets you go and she pushes you off and she's crying, though not audibly, just visually. And she says, I wish I had the strength to do the same. And she pats you on the shoulders and she begins to get to work.
Before she does, I stop her again and I say, there was one reason that I left, and that reason doesn't exist anymore. If, when all of this is over, you need my help, I will be here.
And she's just waterworks. Just waterworks. And she's like, yay! And then she's like, okay, plus d'émotion pour un jour. And then she turns around and just begins to get to work. And hopefully that means too much emotion for one day, but truthfully, I don't think I've ever tried to say anything like that in French before, so I gave it a shot. But she, starts attending to people. I mean, the city has had a devastating day. But a lot of you make it up to the house. Daneth sleeps with his newfound magic spear, magic javelin.
Tucked into the bed right next to me.
Excellent. Its own pillow and everything.
Somebody in the room is like, turn it off, Daneth.
Daneth, I'm so tired. Daneth, stop talking to it. We can all hear you.
The room sleeps on a perch on the balcony.
We're going to take a brief break, gamers. So if you need to get up, stretch your legs, get some water, whatever, I'm going to stick right here. But if you players need a break for a second, go ahead and take it. We'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Cool.
In the meantime, though, hello. While I have your attention, if you are watching on YouTube, thank you. We greatly appreciate your support. The numbers for Speedrunners and Dragons are really promising. Though our subscriber number is growing, it's still relatively small, right? Very tight-knit community, but the watch numbers say it all. You guys, by and large, watch episodes almost to their entirety nearly every time. And we are all very appreciative of that. We love receiving comments that are like, I love the show, I'm binging it. Like, that's nuts to us when we see that people are binging the show. Like, that's insane. People binge stuff like Squid Game or whatever when it comes out, not like stupid D&D show on the internet. So it's really cool that people are enjoying it enough to like be like, I'll watch the next one, like as it comes in the playlist. So what you can do for us is please subscribe, please tell your friends about the show, and every time you see a Speedrunners and Dragons episode come up, if you like it, please drop a like and maybe a comment about your experience. And we will have little spoilery. We will have some possible merch opportunities in the near future, so keep an eye out for a way to directly support us in the coming times. And that's what I got. Danny, any other thoughts?
I've been playing New World and it's really fun. Completely off topic, but that's what's on the brain right now.
Nice. How's the Outer Wilds DLC?
Oh, that was amazing. It was so good.
I gotta play it still. I gotta play the game.
Yes, the game Outer Wilds, #1 game of all time.
Oh, Chihuahua.
I've solidified it. It's #1.
There you go. Who's the Chihuahua?
This is Pixel.
Hello, Pixel.
I call her Pickle a lot. Or Pretzel.
Look at that tongue.
Schnitzel.
Look at that little tongue.
He's got a big bleb. She's an old girl. She's so cute. She's an old girl.
I'm trying to think if there's any other mid-game stuff I want to say. I will say that I'll probably make a big thing after Campaign 2 is over that's sort of like a wrap-up plus looking forward thing, but like I have big hopes for this show. And as we all transition to different places in our lives, I hope that this show will continue to be a thing, even as maybe the scope of our individual Twitch channels maybe change, or as mine changes, as fingers fucking crossed, I have a successful career. So suffice it to say, I at least am going to continue working on this for the foreseeable future. So subscribe to the YouTube, because that will be the home of this forever and ever until Google burns down its server farms.
I remember something I wanted to say.
Oh,
so, yeah. So we just we got the leaked numbers for Twitch channels in 2019, and the D&D channel Critical Role was far and away the number one most subscribed to channel on Twitch, which is amazing that D&D, beats out all of the video game content that exists out there on what is mostly a video game streaming platform. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I think the thing about D&D, is that like the quality of the show increases exponentially with two things. Or rather the watchability, right? Who are the people? Obviously, the personalities that are doing it. Are they fun to watch? Are they engaging? I think we have that. But the next thing after that is production quality, undeniably. If the show is easy to listen to and easy to watch, that's huge, right? So a big goal for this show moving forward will be making it look as good as possible. And a large part of that, and I've been sort of working on this a little bit behind the scenes, is eventually, for Campaign 3, hopefully this show will not be run on my PC, but rather, or on my internet, but by a production team or production individuals who would be in charge of that. Critical Role is obviously the messiah, right? Critical Role is the thing that all D&D shows get compared to. Also another thing that people keep asking about, sorry, I'm finally going to address this. Yes, Campaign 3 will be available in podcast form as well as on YouTube. That is not something I can do right now, but in the future, the show will be like that. And obviously, I'm always aspiring to make the show better and better and better, and we will continue to do that, and try to grow it into the best version of itself it can be, including in-person taped episodes, maybe? ? And then they're just aired? ?
That would be sick.
So.
The D&D powwow, get together for 3 weeks and just knock it out.
You could do it in a week if I really worked my ass off and wrote everything.
Yes.
Oh yeah, wrote everything in advance.
The easier way to do it is shoot 1 or 2
Spring
episodes
break.
that way, right? But anyway, we can talk about this later date. But yeah, get excited for the future of S&D. It's only going to continue to grow. But in the meantime, we're here. Streamer House, Speed House, episode 10 of Campaign 2. We are back. And gamers. Elion has killed his father. The dragon has been slain. Eptech has been saved. And Elion's mother has assumed control of the sort of hierarchy in Dwome. And you all wake from a slumber, a very deep, restful slumber. And all your hit points are restored, brinks, spell slots, etc. And Fant, I'll send you the stuff after this episode, probably for the javelin. Elion, your mother is evidently waiting for you guys in her office, and an attendant has told you guys as much. And she sort of requested your presence. So as you wake up, you guys sort of make your way over there, and she welcomes you all, and she says, "Okay, here's the brass tacks. I think that's how you say that. Yes, okay. I'm taking over running the city. My son will be at my side through those decisions. Eve, obviously, Elion, I know you have greater purpose at the moment. And we are on your side in this fight. I have no qualms with whatever it is that you need. My son says to trust you, I trust you. It's that simple. And you have saved the city, so, would be wrong of me not to say oui. But I suggest you get to move on, as I understand time is of the essence, no?
Oui.
And Aurelio's like, yeah, about that, guys. So we need to get to Castash, post-haste, right? Because that's our last one. We left from there, we didn't do, so we gotta go back there. But we don't have a boat. So I did... Wow, we haven't caught up in a while. I was sort of just wandering for a while, because I didn't have like a good map or a horse. So I walked, and I caught up with this caravan, and I made it. Look, this doesn't matter. The Golden Razor is being brought around by some guy that some boatman trusts, and I'm gonna have to pay him a handsome sum. But the Golden Razor is being brought to port at Eptech, and we are gonna have to get to Castash. But the bottom line is, we're going to have to go through pirate waters to get there, because that is the only way. And we're not going to go all the way around, because then we go into the gods' territory, and it's too soon. So we have to go through Dragon's Archipelago, which I'm not super jazzed about, but we're going to figure it out as a team.
That's the guy who chased us that time, right?
Yeah. He's not great. So this is a great question, Jader, because I misnamed him when he was on the show. I called him Yateo, but Yateo is actually the name of that guy from the Anti-Brink Coalition. The Pirate King's name is Yalto, which is really close to Yateo, but two different guys. Yalto is the Pirate King, and as you can see, gamers, on the map here on screen, Dragon's Archipelago is sort of this pirate-infested thing, sort of like a mutual agreement between Dwome and the pirates that they won't, like, mess with each other. Kind of this, like, diplomatic-ish agreement, and the pirates just sort of have free reign over that sector of the seas.
I really like how Dwome is a dragon's head, and then the archipelago is flames. I think that's really cool.
I'm glad you like that.
Nice.
Wait, go back. I never noticed that.
It's called.
Oh, Dave.
It's
Now,
called.
just wait for this, Jader. The dragon's eye is a dragon's eye.
Ooh, I need to see the map again.
It's up. It's up.
Exclamation mark map.
Map is also in the description of the YouTube video.
Mm.
Do you still not see it? Really?
Oh, I see
Okay.
the mouth
Okay.
now. The
Cool.
Dwem Desert's the lower jawline.
Yeah.
Another potential way to look at it is it makes it look kind of like a duck, with the archipelago being the duck bill.
Don't confuse me more, Daneth.
It's a dragon.
Saw this.
Okay. So, and Clarice, I believe is her name. She suggests you guys go to the shops. And as you guys make your way out, I'm sort of just expediting this process. As you guys make your way out, gamers, I know I said before that we retconned them going to the armory shops beforehand. We're going to put that right here, canonically. So I had them shop in between episodes, so they bought all the relevant stuff they wanted to buy. Mostly armor, I think some people bought. Anyway, and some supplies. But there is a place that catches your eye. There is this shop that's sort of in an alleyway behind the armor shops, and Arello sort of sees it and is like, seems kind of interesting, and he just kind of walks in, and the sign above it says, Magic Miles's Magically Marvelous Oddities.
Oh my
Almost nailed the perfect alliteration.
God.
Better be a
Diagonally.
discount.
Good day, my oddities.
Not the intent, but very good. So yeah, Magic Miles, Magically Marvelous Oddities.
This is very strange Dwomish.
Yeah, it's all in common.
Yeah.
And when you walk in, it's very dimly lit, and you see a sign on the door, and it says, everything is 150 gold pieces, no matter how weird it is. Guaranteed!
Ah,
And when you open the door, when Arello opens the door, it sort of jingles, right? And you just see this man, like...
Okay.
Oh! Hello! And he is weird. This dude is weird. He is short. He's wearing this long, like, very comical wizard robe with a wizard hat and everything. But he's almost wearing, like, pajamas. And his hands are like this. And he's like, hello, welcome to Magic Miles. That's me. Magically Marvelous Oddities. and he does a spin, and then he's like, "What you gonna buy?"
Beryl loves this guy. He walks right up to him, grabs one of his weirdly gnarled hands, shakes it, and
one of his fingers comes off, and he's like, "Ooh!" He grabs it and he just screws it back on, and then he's like, "Hee."
Elle's gonna be kind of like hiding behind the dock.
Beryl says that I really like things with a high weirdness to price ratio. Since the price is the same everywhere, that makes this really easy. So what's your weirdest thing?
Oh, everything's so weird. I only get like one of everything, right? This is all stuff I've gathered from my travels, and I barter with very strange. I go into taverns and I find the shadiest individual oh, there he is, and I run over and I tap him on the back and go, hello, and he says, what is going on? And I say, for 100 gold pieces, I will profit 50 at the end of this exchange. For 100 gold pieces, sell me your weirdest thing. And he's like, oh, and then he says, about 50% of the time they go, freak, and then they run away. But about the other 50% of the time I nail it, and they go, check this shit out. And they pull out their robe, and they've got some, like, weird item. So, some of the stuff's weirder than the other stuff, but we've got exactly 7 things in stock.
Daneth, is trying to keep it together, but then suddenly lets it slip, just makes a very, very audible.
and
keep it down.
He looks at you and he goes, laughing. This man, it should be said, has like a long pointy nose, and deeply light blue eyes, like sky blue eyes, and very wrinkly and old. He's human, for like barely, and he's got like a thornberry chin as well. He doesn't wear glasses or anything, but he's got all his hair is tucked under the floppy hat. It's all like blue and purple along his clothing. And he's like, okay, weirdest thing. Why don't we just go down the list of things? And he looks at you, Vale, and he's like, is that okay?
Yes.
Ooh, that sounded like me. And he runs up and he goes, okay, one by one. And he picks up this, he's like, first, the jewelry section, which is 2 items. And he runs over and he picks up a ring and he goes, and they're on this hand, and it has a ring here and a ring here. And he takes the first ring off and he holds it up and he goes, this ring, when you wear it, while you fall, you don't fall very fast, and you also can't get hurt from falling. And then he puts it back on the hand, and then he takes off the other ring, and he's like, this ring allows you to walk on water like it was land.
I look at Aurello, and I whisper to him, do you wear both of these rings all the time? That's exactly what you can do.
What? When was I able to fall slow? What?
I saw Hadak do something like that.
Oh. No. How much does it cost?
Yeah, that's and
he's like,
that's a really nice ring there.
And suddenly the guy, poof, and he's right in front of Aurello, and he like climbs up his clothes, and he looks him right in the eyes, like his face right there, and he goes, 150 gold pieces. And then he jumps down and spins and goes, it's for sale. And then Aurello's like, I gotta go. I can't be here. And he just like sits down at a chair and he's like, I'm not doing well. And he's like,
this ring.
Ooh, interested buyers.
If one were to be tossed, would they be able to be tossed to a higher heights?
No.
Or is it only unidirectional?
No. Falling.
I see. I'll pass. I want to see your other wares first.
Okay.
Any of my party members.
7 people, 7 objects. I don't know. We're thinking about. My mother said I'm a great salesman. Here we go. And he turns around and he's like, on to the drinkables. And he first picks up this little potion. It's a little very comical, potion thing. and he pulls it up and it has this sort of pink liquid in it, and he goes, "Who's interested in having a true love that's been doctored to happen?" Pretty exciting, right? Okay. Filter of love. And he says, the next time that anyone who drinks this, and they gotta drink the whole thing, when they see someone, you become infatuated with that person. But if the person that they see, I think I'm getting this right. Hang on, let me get out the user's manual. And he pulls out a little book. He's like, filter of love, right here it is. If the person or thing that they see is of the gender they prefer, they are instantly... Yep, that's their true love. Okay, and that's how it works. Okay.
That sounds a little immoral.
Well, it's magic. And
potentially
and he turns around and he pulls down his jacket and he's wearing a t-shirt. And the t-shirt says, "Well, it's magic." And he pulls the jacket back up and he spins around and he goes, "It's for sale!" Not the shirt. That was a one-time only thing. A drinking buddy made it. I drink a lot. Is that a shock? Probably not. Let's get a different song. Nah, let's get Tavern. Yeah, we rarely get to use this one. Okay.
I call out to him and I point back at the slow fall ring. And I'm like, if I can already fall slow, can I just float while I wear that?
I don't know the ins and outs of the rules of Dungeons and Dragons.
Can I try it?
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Try
put the ring
before
on my
you
finger.
buy.
I put the ring on my finger and I just jump and I concentrate on my slow fall.
You notice almost nothing because you barely jump. So he walks up to you and he's like, "Why don't you climb to the top of my shop and jump off the roof?"
Okay. I run out the door and I teleport to the roof and I hurl myself off it.
Sure. So here's how it works. Ring of Feather Falling. When you fall while wearing this ring, you descend 60 feet per round and take no damage from falling.
Okay.
So what is your natural fall speed?
It's just called slow fall, and I just reduce the damage I take by 5 times my level.
Okay, but you take none if you're wearing the ring.
Okay, so I just fall down slowly anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel really dejected and sad, and I'm like, it's boring, and I give it the ring back.
You fall really slowly. Sorry. You fell really slowly!
I'm like, yeah, but I already could do that. I don't think the ring changed it. It would help somebody who can't do that, though.
I can kind of do that for everybody too.
This is a hard sell!
I'm sure you have weirder stuff.
I'm gonna interject.
Yes?
I'd like to buy the water ring, please. I want to go practice my blow dart that my blow gun.
You don't even want to hear the rest of the stuff? Stupid! I should just sell it if he wants it.
Nah, I'm gonna take it.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna take it.
Mother always said I try to convince them not to buy the thing so they can buy the weirder thing, but if they already want the thing that's weird, then it's gonna be fine, right? Here we go!
I figure I'll let everyone else argue about what they want. I'll just take the ring.
And he goes, okay,
I'll take
that'll
the
be
water ring.
150 gold pieces.
I'm still too afraid to talk to him, so
go.
I'm just waiting for the whole thing to be over.
He pockets the 150 gold and hands you the ring. Dave, here's how it works. You might as well write it down now.
Yes.
Ring of water walking. It's really simple. While wearing this ring, you can stand on and move across any liquid surface as if it were solid ground.
You're Jesus now. Congratulations.
I
God.
figure this will work well with. I don't know. We'll see if it's okay.
Easy man to please, I guess.
Yeah.
And Miles says, "All right, nobody seemed very enthused by the love potion. Your loss, it's pretty cool." And then he goes over to this, it's a flask. And he shakes it, and it sounds like it has water in it, and he goes, "Here's the trick. It's got a lot more water in it than you think, because it's magic." And he says, if you open the stopper on the flask and you say one of the 3 command words, a bunch of fresh water or salt water, your choice, comes out of the flask, and the water, it just keeps coming, and it won't stop coming, and it won't stop coming, and it depends. I'm a big Weezer guy. Wait, sorry, that's not Weezer. I don't know pop culture. And then
That's Smash Mouth.
What's pop culture?
I think I would know Smash Mouth. It is Smash Mouth. He says, if you say the one command word spelled Geyser, I don't want to say it because I'll break my shop. 30 gallons of water come out in a geyser. Oh, I said it, but I didn't open it, so it's fine. And he puts it back on the shelf. And Aurello's like, oh, yeah. Anybody have a problem with me snagging that? Cool, because that combos really well with my brick. And he walks over and he's like, yeah, I'll take that. And Magic Miles goes, it's not for sale anymore. And he's like, what? And Miles is like, because you just bought it. He's like, God, yeah, just give it to me. And he hands him a sack of cash, and Miles holds it in his hand and instantly goes, this is 154 pieces of gold. And he's like, why do you... The 4 extra gold is so you never talk to me again. And Miles is like, spins around and goes, sold! And then Aurello is like, runs out to find Jader. So now, we're on to the 3 weirdest things, potentially. He first holds up this, you guys played Twilight Princess?
Yeah.
You know the hawk glasses thing that lets you zoom in?
Yeah.
Okay. In the DM guidebook, it literally just looks like that. But he holds them up and he goes, it's the eyes of the eagle! Caw-caw! That's not what a bird sounds like. These crystal lenses allow you to see very far distances and also let you do good on wisdom stuff. And you can make out small details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across.
Alright, I want to test run the glasses.
Okay. While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In
All
conditions...
right, I want to stare directly at the shopkeeper.
It's an old man.
Yeah, but what can I see at this incredible zoom?
So it doesn't actually zoom. It just reveals, like, it makes clear...
I see.
It makes clear objects that are far away.
I see.
So long as it is conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects, small as 2 feet across. So it's not really for combat. It's for, like, scouting more.
I'm potentially interested, but I'll see what remains.
Okay!
To see the full selection.
This voice is getting very tiring. Up
Better
next,
hurry
up next we have the second weirdest object. It's hard to rank them. They're all my babies. This is the immovable rod. Check this shit out. And he throws it and presses a button, and the rod just stops in midair. And he's like, strongest among you. I'll pay you every gold coin I own if you can move the rod. And he looks at Haddock.
Look at Haddock.
He looks at Haddock and he's like, you're a pretty big guy.
Thank you for noticing.
The rod is literally just stationary in midair. Make a strength check, please. A not a strength saving throw, a proper strength check. Just a d20 plus your strength modifier.
Yep. Just need to find my dice first.
Haddock's pissed.
Haddock is pissed. I had a 16.
It doesn't even feel like you're remotely close to moving it.
Can I attempt this?
Sure.
So I walk up to it.
Scrawny boy! Scrawny boy! I'm so excited. Is magic about to happen?
I grab my quarterstaff in one hand and also wrap my hand around the rod too. So I'm holding the quarterstaff and the rod, and then I teleport across the room.
And in the split second that the rod is about, something's about to happen. There's always Vero with this shit. He runs up and gets the instruction booklet and flips to a page, and you teleport, and you're just holding the staff, and you're on the other side of the room. And Miles says, "Ooh, I didn't think you'd try that, but here's what it says. This flat iron rod has a button on one end. You can use an action to press the button, which causes the rod to become magically fixed in place. Until you or another creature uses an action to press the button again, the rod doesn't move, even if it is defying gravity. The rod can hold up to 8,000 pounds of weight. More weight causes the rod to deactivate and fall. A creature can use an action to make a DC 30 strength check, moving the fixed rod up to 10 feet on a success. That is everything it says.
I kind of want to try my black hole on this. See what happens.
You will delete it. It's an inanimate object.
I want that free gold, man.
You won't
Okay,
move
I'll
it
go
so
back
much
to
as
blow dirt.
destroy it.
And the
Go
shop.
back to my blowgun.
And he says, anyone intrigued?
I'm sold. I want it. This is great.
This guy wants it. And he presses a button and it like sort of the ends come in just a little bit and he hands it to you and he requires 150 gold.
And it's yours.
The
Wait for
button
next
is
thing to be
on the
most
rod?
Amazing thing that we're all
The,
gonna be.
the button is on the rod.
See.
So intelligent creatures could potentially stop it, but it could be used for other things.
That's really interesting.
I thought it was I went through every magical item in the DM guide, and I thought that was the most interesting object out
There's
of all
lots
of
of
them.
creative things you can
I
do with
agree, which is why I thought
Yeah.
Danny might buy it, but well, he's
don't
just
have
trying
the gold for
to
this.
teleport away. Right, you gave away 50, you goober.
that. Well, I wouldn't have had enough anyway.
Oh, okay. What did you buy?
Nothing. Varel is just, he doesn't carry gold on him. He's very poor and
Okay.
not materialistic.
So, he then says, before you make any decisions about the other objects, which are very cool, I'm going to show you the weirdest object I own. And he pulls out a little carrying case that looks like he's going to propose to someone out of his jacket. And he opens it, and there is a black coin in the thing. And he says, I haven't been able to sell this because it's very weird. This is the dark coin. Okay. They say a nefarious spirit from another realm was trapped in the coin millennia ago. Unable to escape, the spirit enjoys still being able to lightly exercise its will and power in our realm via the coin. If you flip the coin fairly, meaning you don't knowingly do any tricks, no magic, nothing, the coin will know. If you fairly flip the coin, and you call your prediction in the air, heads or tails, then the following will happen. If you are correct, your next venture will be quite lucky indeed. If you are wrong, a dark fate will befall you.
What kind of dark fate?
It's different every time!
Do you have an example of a dark fate?
Oh, you know how my finger popped off earlier?
Yeah?
Yeah, so I flipped the coin. There was this girl in Wizard High School, and her name was really close to my name. It was Melisandre, which has the same first 5 letters as me, so I was like, it's destined to be. But I know I'm an ugly mess, so I flipped the coin to have a bonus chance at scoring a date to the wizard prom. But I caught the coin, and I guessed wrong, and my finger fell off.
So now it's just detachable?
Well, I threaded it, and then I used some magic to put some metal in my new nub, so I can turn my finger, because my whole thing is I'm really weird.
That is pretty weird. You're right about that.
I know.
It doesn't have blood flow. How's it?
Oh, it's gangrenous.
I wipe my hand on my leather a little bit.
Just
Well,
kidding.
that's
There's a magic spell on it
man,
to keep it from
blood all
decaying. It doesn't
Guys
decay.
got jokes. Got jokes.
The dude who rubbed himself full of mud, wiped his hand on his shirt because of somebody else. That really says something.
That says something about Miles.
Yeah.
So, anybody interested in the dark coin?
Daryl, this seems like it'd be right up your alley.
You could
I
pool. You could pool
help.
resources to buy it.
I was about to steal my thunder shopkeep, but to offer
I have a
my
name.
extra money to Varel if he so wanted to buy this magical coin.
I kind of really do want to buy this magical coin.
Yeah, I have 23 gold I can give you, and it's yours. But you may need some help from other members of the party. I don't know what your... Do you have any money on you?
I have 66 gold.
All right, so
So
have
you're at
your,
90.
I
Hey
can
guys,
give it-
would anyone want to go in on this coin with me? It might be lucky, and any positive stuff I'll share with you, and any negative stuff I guess I'll be down some fingers.
It is worth mentioning how the coin specifically works so that you have
Sure.
some out of game. This is the one object on this list that I wrote. You are guaranteed a crit success on your next saving throw or ability check.
Gotcha.
The doc will toss down. We'll toss down the rest.
Crit success or
much
fail,
are they?
you said?
So no, if you guess correctly, your next ability check or saving throw will be a crit success. If
Okay.
you guess wrongly, I will choose a dark fate that will befall you.
Oh. Okay. How often can you use this? As many times as you want?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of want to make it as often as you want because it could be really bad. Like, the fates can be as bad as like losing limbs.
I guess my question is, when do you use it relative to the saving throw? Can I do it in place of a saving throw, like
No.
right when it's happening?
You flip the coin at any time as like you could do it in combat as an action.
Okay.
And then the next, it doesn't matter how long from now it is, the next d20 you're rolling for something is a crit success.
Oh, not just saving throws, like just the next d20. Got it.
Oh man, I should have went with that.
You jumped early
yeah.
at the water.
That would
If
have
you
really
lose
helped.
limbs, though, you may not be able to wield your magic sword. So.
But
Yeah,
if I get it
Jader, this does involve luck.
with a D20, or I decapitate anything that I'm fighting.
That's true. It does true combo with the Vorpal Blade. That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
But I can run on water now, so I have that.
Later,
The
Sam.
ring, would the ring
Hey,
fit
Vero,
on
you want to
Elle's
trade?
paw? Could you wear it? I
The
don't
ring?
know.
Which ring?
The slow falling. That's the other one still available.
Yeah, you could also weave it into like a chain link thing and wear it around your neck. We'll say it in character. Miles is instantly in front of you and he goes, "Hi, I'm so sorry. I don't typically do this, but I used a spell to know what you were thinking because I shouldn't have said that, but I did."
Staring at the ring. There you go.
It's magic.
And he says, I can make a magic chain necklace that disperses the effect when you wear it around your neck.
Okay, all of the tail, all of the fur on like her very back and tail is completely raised right now.
I'm hearing that you're terrified of me.
Okay.
150 gold.
Just gonna hand it without saying anything.
Okay. And he hands you the ring, and he goes, "Shablooey!" And a little chain link like necklace that's actually quite pretty and complements the way the ring looks quite nicely. Appears with a little clasp in the back, and he goes, "Okay, now do be noted, and your friends should know this too. This isn't just apply to you. Anyone that's wearing this, it's gonna work. Can I put it on for you?
Take it.
Okay." And he's suddenly back at the coin, and he's like, "So you're buying it?"
I look around to the group and I say, I don't think it should just be for me. I think it would just be a good thing for us to have as a group in case we need to get out of a tight situation. As a last-ditch effort.
So you have 23, right, from Daneth?
Yeah, so I've got 89 gold.
Okay. So
I
you're
got like 5 left I can throw down.
okay. That's 94.
How much
I ask,
do you need left?
56.
I have 60 left over, so I can punch you the rest.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
That's all I have.
Yeah, I'm broke now, but I
I
have
have
a
some left
blowgun.
for Or is this after you all have bought your new
Yeah.
merch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm broke.
Oh, okay. I'll subtract that as well. Then I don't have much left either.
All right, but it's bought. It's purchased. And he hands you the carrying case. And he says,
Do I feel anything from this coin?
you sense a dark aura within the coin. He's not wrong. There is something trapped inside the coin, and it is not of this, like, universe.
I
wanna hold
shiver
my
a little and
sword
put it in
up
my
to
pocket.
it.
You hold
See
your
if it-
sword up to it.
If it reacts to it.
Nothing happens.
Okay, we've already gone by the other store. Should I
Yeah,
just-
yeah, that was right before this, yeah.
Great.
In the canon. So does anybody... So far, what is left is the decanter of endless water, the filter
Oh,
of
no.
love, and the eyes
No,
of the
Aurora
eagle.
bought
Didn't-
the water.
Yeah, Aurora bought the water, right?
Oh, that's right.
Aurora bought the water.
So the filter of love and the eyes of the eagle are left.
Yeah. And I'm kind of just like this. I'm like, well, I can already see things pretty clear. So, you know, that potion seems kind of interesting. Who knows? Who knows?
And he suddenly is right in front of you holding it up, and he looks up at you and he goes, now I should be crystal clear with you on this.
Here's the manual. Here.
Oh, okay. The next time, so whomever drinks this, the next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour, no questions asked. If the creature is of a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love for that hour.
Just an hour.
Yes.
This is only like a one.
It is one-stop shop.
You have to get them to drink it.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can drink it yourself to experience true love for an hour.
Which, honestly, kind of is amazing.
And then you'd be sad for like the rest of your life if you don't.
Pretty good 1 hour, though.
Feather falling is no fall damage at all. And how slow do
You
you fall?
descend 60 feet per round while falling. And also, Daneth, did you get down the stuff for the immovable rod? I can send it to you, and I send you the javelin stuff.
Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah. There's strength 30 in order to move it. Press a button to activate, deactivate.
Yeah, and it can take 8,000 pounds of weight. Nice. And Varel, you've got the dark coin info, and Jader, you've got the ring of water walking info. Aurello knows the endless water, because that's me. And so he says, true love is a very fickle thing, so just be careful. This is maybe the most dangerous object in this shop, to be quite honest with you. He says, this will work on anyone. Even me. Anyway, I fool. I haven't been able to get an erection in about 1,000 years. Okay, so, anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming
no
in.
Magic for that.
Thanks so much for no magic for that. Welcome and thank you for coming to Magic Miles' Magically Marvelous Oddities. I can sense that you have no money left, so please leave.
Good
Is it
luck
for the
finding
gold,
more
Green
weird
Miles?
things.
I have so many voices. What?
I said, just in it for the gold, aren't you, Miles?
Yes.
So nobody bought the just as an aside, nobody bought the love potion or the eagle eyes?
Elion
Oh,
bought the love potion for 150
okay.
gold.
So
we did
nobody
not
bought
buy
the eagle eyes.
Correct. That's the only object that wasn't purchased.
And Hadak, you were the one who didn't purchase.
Could we
anything.
steal
I'm
it?
not
Attempt to
persisting.
steal it?
You're gonna attempt to steal from Magic Miles?
I said, could we?
You could
saying-
certainly try.
I'm not saying I will. I'm just.
This
Hey,
guy's
Barely
like
got that
reading
coin?
minds. This guy's reading minds and teleporting around the shop. Like,
You know, let me
What
try
is- what
the
is-
coin out,
Get
Barrel.
off my bed right now.
Are you
wanna try
actually
the
asking
coin.
for it?
No,
Okay.
I don't want the coin.
No.
Not yet.
Magic Miles looks at all of you, and suddenly the room grows dark, and his face grows dark, and his eyes turn from blue to black, and he's like, "You dare think of stealing from Magic Miles' magically marvelous oddities," and fire begins to billow out of every window, and all the glass in the shop breaks, and lightning spritz out of his eyes, and then you're all just like, and then it all goes away, and he goes, "Just kidding, I would incinerate you in a moment if I wanted to, but you're not gonna do it."
Alright, can I roll Sleight of Hand?
No, Elle's out. She's out.
I'm gonna roll Sleight of Hand, I'm not afraid.
Are you actually?
I'm out.
I'm
That
gonna
was
do it.
enough for
I'm
me.
gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm very curious.
Oh god, yeah, you're gonna get a Link's Awakening death.
Alright.
I want to make
Do you
sure
want
that
me
I'm
to, like,
nowhere
roll Sleight of
near.
Hand for this? What do you guys want?
There's only one thing left.
The only
Okay,
thing left
nowhere
for
near
you
Alright,
Dan.
here we go.
So sorry, in plain sight, you're gonna try to swipe this.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you roll?
I got a 2.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The instant you grasp for it, suddenly you feel like you are in another dimension. You feel you have been transported to another plane, and there are like 50 magic miles around you. And they all speak in unison, and they go, "You have chosen poorly, my friend. I warned you, you idiot." And then he points at you and casts Fireball on you.
And about to have to make a new character.
50 miles or casting fireball?
Well, no, it's really just one. It's just for dramatic effect. If we did 50, he'd die, no question. Roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
my God.
Alright.
Oh, Danif.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Do we see anything happening to Danith in real life?
They're both gone.
There-
I'm outside. I didn't know what was going on.
Can we
anyway.
steal now?
This is my plan all along.
You take 31 points of fire damage.
Holy shit.
Thank God he doesn't have no multi-attack.
Oh, at higher levels, when you cast a spell at a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6. Oh, he's casting it at 5th level, of course.
I lied.
Sorry, 35 damage.
Alright, I got 25 health remaining.
And suddenly
Two,
you're
but a
back.
Scratch.
They're gone. They're gone for not but an instant, and they come back, and Danith is like this, and he's like smoke is coming off of him.
Danith, you had eyebrows, right? Before?
Yeah, your eyebrows are slightly singed, and your hair has been shortened a little bit. And Magic Miles looks at all of you, and goes, "Okay, toodaloo," and then he snaps, and you're all out of the shop.
I'm like,
Excellent.
okay, hi.
It's a good thing your brink changed, Danith, because you don't look too cool right now. I'm just saying.
God damn.
I just go around. I'm just trying to like look at it, just like adjust my hair a little.
Trying to brush it off as you are suffering from PTSD from something that happened 10 seconds ago. Well, there you go. That was Magic Miles' Magically Marvelous Oddities. We were in there for about a half hour longer than I thought we would be, but that's okay.
This was worth it.
Great.
That was
I'm
definitely
glad.
Worth it.
Nothing like a little lighthearted something after somebody kills their father.
Right?
So you make it to the shore, the docks of Yptek, and the Golden Razor is waiting. And this man gets off the ship and walks up to Aurelio, and Aurelio pays him a handsome sum. And then the man shakes it, thanks him, and walks away. And Aurelio goes, "Cool, between that and Miles' marvelous dumb stuff, I am broke. So we're not going to be able to barter our way out of Dragon's Archipelago, so let's just hope for the best." And you all climb aboard the Golden Razor and set sail. And you make it about a mile offshore. And you begin to see the archipelago in the distance. And it's about early afternoon. still cloudy. And you hear a noise. And you hear a man come up from the below deck. And he's like, "Don't be alarmed, there's someone on the ship. I'm here, just want to announce myself. I'm here." And Arello, you all kind of turn, and there's a guy, and he comes up with his hands up. And he goes, "Hi." And he is, what does he look like? He's got hair tied back in a ponytail, and he's wearing sort of unassuming glasses, sort of round-rimmed glasses, and he's got sort of piratey looking clothes on, just sort of like not great clothes. And he's tall and fair-skinned, and he says, "Hi, my name is Troyo, and actually, I brought the golden razor around. That guy I brought with me was sort of just a guy so that you would think nobody was on board, because I knew you wouldn't set sail with a guy on board. So that was just sort of a scapegoat so that I could come with you. But I'd like to strike a deal with you, because I sort of gathered from my assistant what's going on. You need to get through Dragon's Archipelago, and I also want to counsel with Pirate King Yalto, and I know he wants to meet all of you very much. So how about this? I take you in as my prisoners, and then you get to talk with him, I get to talk with him, we all get favor with the guy we're trying to get favor with, and we all get on our merry way. Capiche?
Why do we want to talk to him? Why can't we just sail on through?
And Arella's like, "Yeah, okay. I don't like this guy, but, yeah, this is a good point. Here's the deal, guys, and I didn't bring this up because I didn't want to, but now I kind of have to, because we're here. If we want to fight the gods, and get all of these countries to be on our side and send their navies with all their best guys and gals north, we're going to need the pirates' permission, because they kind of rule that sector of the seas, and it doesn't even matter if we get Pirate King Yalto to be like, "Arr, we'll join the fight with you." That doesn't really matter. We just need him to be like, "Okay, we won't sack a bunch of ships." So we're gonna need to talk to him.
Well, he doesn't have any problem with us, right? Only you.
I'm kind of part of the team. And also, this isn't really an us or me issue. I'm talking about any ships unannounced. It doesn't matter whether they're from Dwome, or Releron, or Castash, or Solstra. Like, any ships that are going north, he is going to sack them. And that's kind of bad.
I just meant, do you need to talk to him? Because we could talk to him, and then he won't see you.
I would love that. But I think he's just going to wonder where I am, because we're arriving on the Golden Razor.
That's good. That's true.
I kind of wish we hadn't spent all our money.
Yeah, they don't really need money from us. We're kind of like chump change to them. The vessels they're sacking are for like thousands of gold pieces. So like we don't really have the tools.
What if we as we were arriving, you were like playing a little song or something, Elion, or offered him a drink?
I mean, I could do that.
Maybe that would help.
Arello's like, or if you want to save that filter for something bigger, I don't know. But look,
yeah.
Yalto, was it? He's like, yes. What's your rank? He goes, oh, I actually just joined recently, so don't really have one. And Arello's like,
Wait, what?
Cool. So why are we supposed to trust you?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, sorry. I think you misunderstand. I have made myself essential. You need me, and I need you. Because I don't think you're going to be able to convince any other pirate. I know enough people to get by at least the entryway. And then you're going to need somebody who at least has the brand, and he holds up his shirt, and he's branded with a big, like, P for pirate. And he's like, they're not very subtle. You need someone with the brand to actually get you in with somebody, right? And I have it, and you're my prisoners, and you're a commodity, right? And so I think we're going to be able to get in no problem.
Well, what do you want to talk to
Yeah, why do you want to talk to?
I want to gain favor with the Pirate King Yalto, quickly climb the ranks, and then probably overthrow him in a couple of years. Isn't that pretty much the classic pirate thing?
Good to aim high.
Yeah!
And when he realizes that we're just kind of stopping through, though.
Oh, that's Last of Us music. It's not exactly what we're looking for.
How will we get out if we're imprisoned?
Oh, you're not going to be imprisoned. He will want to meet with you. He talks about you all the time. It proliferates down the ranks.
I'm sure good things.
Well... And look, I don't know that I want to overthrow him. Maybe he's really good at his job, and I just want to be like the guy, you know, like the right-hand man. But regardless, I'd like to climb.
Do we have any other choice?
Yeah, what do you think, team?
I don't think we have a choice. Seems pretty I'm pretty convinced we have to go through with this.
What's gonna be your story for how you captured us? Because, like, it's kind of just you against 7 people who are pretty strong. And I feel like if we wanted to, we could definitely beat you up. So, what are you going to say?
I don't know that anybody's really gonna care. To be honest, I don't think anybody's gonna be like, how'd you do it? Because they hate you. But
Okay.
I guess if
Yeah,
they...
no,
Maybe just last
Barely,
time.
no, we definitely could, you know, for lack of a better word, kick this guy's ass. But the pirates haven't really seen us in action, to my knowledge. Now, we've done many great things, but
No, you
not
fought them.
in the eye of public.
You
Well,
fought
we
them.
ran from them.
Yeah.
We kind of ran from them.
Here's what he'll say. He'll say, your friend, the short one, he looks horrible. And he's looking at you because you look very damaged.
You've just been on fire.
And he says, why don't I just say I did that?
Yes, I had definitely intended for this to happen. All right, yeah, I'm
confiscate
game. I'll play the part.
Won't they confiscate
I'll play the
our
part of
weapons?
being severely wounded on the brink of death.
They
actually on the
probably...
brink of death.
They might confiscate some of your weapons, yes. But I think they'll more just probably bind your hands or something.
Okay.
What if we
Just wouldn't
came
want-
with our hands binded already?
Okay, first of all, it's bound, not to be annoying. But yes, I think that could work.
I have some rope here, you know.
My man is volunteering to be bound. Let the record state.
It's binded, just
legendary
must be-
weapon.
I don't think it's binded, but
Um,
agree to
my fourth
disagree.
grade-
What's your name?
4th grade farming education says otherwise.
What's your name?
Jader.
Jader, it's nice to meet you. I'm Yalto. I'm going to bind your hands now, and then they will be bound. And he takes some of the hempen rope, and he binds your hands, then he looks around at the rest of you.
Ooh, ooh.
Maybe it would be best if we...
Ooh.
I'm sure you're a pirate. I'm sure you know lots of cool, like, knots and stuff with rope. I don't really know that stuff, but maybe you could do a knot that looks strong, but really isn't strong, and we could get out whenever we want.
Ah, the old escape knot is maybe what it's called. I don't know. I'll try it. And he ties a knot that does seem that way.
Could you fix mine so it does that too?
Not
I
until
hate
you
to break it to
agree.
you, Dave,
Not
as
until
well,
you
but-
agree that the past tense of to bind is bound.
Fine,
It is
fine, whatever.
bound.
Whatever.
It is bound. I just looked it up. DGR's wrong.
Excellent.
Bound is correct.
One can be binded by something, but one
They just have
bound.
little, like, dictionaries before.
Yeah.
You're very smart for a pirate, I'll tell you that.
Well, what I did before I was a pirate is really no business of anybody's. That's kind of the whole point of being a pirate. And he's like, I was a librarian. And he binds your hands. He's like, it's not very lucrative business. And he binds everybody's hands, and he gets to Aurella, and I was like, somebody has to steer the ship. And I'm not letting you steer the ship. He says, all right. Can I hold a knife at your back so it looks like I'm making you steer the ship? And Aurella's like, sure. And so he just pulls a knife out and he's like, all right, team, here we go. And you begin to steer towards the archipelago. And it's like a marsh almost in some parts, and it's all these interconnected islands, and there's dozens more islands than are marked on the map. And I will pull up the map here. Like, it's not just those. There are lots of other tiny islands and lakes and marshes and swamps and rivers and things like that. And then as you get towards the center, you start to see tons of ships. An armada, countless ships, small, large, mid-sized, docked in all kinds of places. And there's lots of, like, shacks and on wooden stilt homes and, like, very jagged, thrown together towns. And they're all interconnected as it grows into this sort of city. This, like, ragtag city built of wrecked ships and capsized vessels and hastily fastened wood, and it all sort of seems to be like held together by, you know, the slightest touch, and it's rather incredible looking. And there's a central dock around this island and bridges that stretch out from this central island into countless other small and large islands. And he docks at a slip, and some pirates come up and they go, "Who goes there?" And Yalto's like, it's me." he pulls up the shirt. He's like, "Yalto, I'm in the 342nd class. I'm brand new. But I've got a worthy prize and the golden razor. So I require meeting with Pirate King Yalto." Sorry, did I say my name was Yalto? I'm all over the place. What's my name? Genuinely can't remember.
Who's to say?
Troyo. He says, I'm Troyo. Sorry, I'm really nervous. But I'm a pirate, like you guys, and I've got the 7 that escaped. And the guys are like, "Oh, that can't be." And they climb up to the poop deck. And they look around at all of you, and they're like, "Oh, it is."
I wave a bound hand at him.
And they go, "Oh, it is the guys. It's them. Great. Well, we are not really we can't really. Let's go get the guy." And they go down and they go to like a dock manager, and they sort of talk to him for a little bit, and they converse, and then, "Oh, I'm still on map. Thank you." And they sort of converse. And it's like late afternoon now, and it's like weirdly darker here than it is just outside the archipelago. And it begins to rain lightly. And the guys come over, and they're like, apparently you can meet with Pirate King Yalto. He's requested to meet with all of you, but it's going to be in 2 hours. So whatever you want to do with you know the code. He's like, "Yes, I do know the code. Section 2, subsection 4, I believe the rule is what one does with one's own prize is one's own prerogative." And they're like, "Yes." He's like, "Great. I passed my pirate exam quite recently, everyone. I mean, avast ye! Let's go to somewhere else." And he ties you all together into a rope link. And he goes, "But yes, nobody will bother you except for me, because that's how it works. And like if I came back with a squid or a nice catch or something or lots of money, if someone stole that from me, I have grounds to kill them instantly. That's the agreement. So you guys are my prize, and if anyone touches the golden razor, these guys will kill them. That's how it works. So now you know you're 1/105th of the way to memorizing all the subsections to pass your pirate exam." And he...
I never would have guessed the pirates sort of just have an honor system.
Well, without an honor system, it's all just haywire, right? You've got to have a strict set of codes, but it's a law that's not governed by one. Everybody signs the agreement in a consortium, right? It's headed by somebody we elect, Pirate King Yalto. But if at any time we choose to depose him, we can.
Sorry, you guys have pirate elections?
This is actually a real thing that really happened on Earth. Lots of pirate ships had a genuine democracy, and this was how it was such a well-oiled crew, because they... there's a great CGP Grey series that you should watch on pirates that is really excellent. Highly, highly recommend. Yes, most captains on most ships were elected by the crew and could be deposed by the crew at any time except in combat. In combat, you cannot be like, "Oh, can we take a vote, guys?" That's mutiny. So yes. This is also how you can get gainful employment, right? Because you all agree to get a certain share. And you make more money than if you were, say, in the Royal Navy. But you also incur more dangers. Anyway. Yes, there you go, Sea Runner. So he starts taking you down. And he goes, I think we should go to a bar, don't you? The city is tiered, so we're gonna go to one of the middling tier bars. I think just to kill the time until we gotta go, because I'm not gonna take you all the way to the prisons in the bottom. That's undersea, and you've got to deal with the sharks, and I just don't want to.
Well, thanks for not taking us to the shark prisons, I guess.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
We have no money.
Okay. Oh, you mean for the bar? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you have something. It's not very expensive. And he takes you guys up these intricate stairways and alleyways that seem to be such a labyrinth that nobody unaccustomed to it could ever maneuver it quickly, to escape or anything. And you surmise that maybe that's the point. That you could never escape if you were being chased and you didn't know where you were. And it's all these, and it's the classic, pirates having fist fights and drunk and, lots of people fighting over nothing in the streets, and they all make way for you and your chain gang. And you make it to this bar, and it's got no name. It's just, a bar. And he opens it, and there's just, fighting and drinking happening in the bar. It's very lively. The bartender dodges as a glass, breaks right behind him, and he's like, oh, Troya, it's good to see you. And he's like, oh, my friend, these are my prisoners. And he seats you guys down at this booth. He's like, all right, stay right here. What does everybody want?
Shot of something.
Shot of something. Anybody?
Any meat?
Full of nails.
A bowl of nails. Is that what you just said?
Without any milk.
I think that's what they call the drink. Bowl of nails.
Now that we're men, we can do anything.
I will have a glass of tap water.
Okay.
You probably don't want it from here, Danith.
You want bottled. You're gonna want bottled.
I'll have a bottled water.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
I'll have a magically disinfected glass of water.
Well, you know what you get in olden times when there's no clean water? You get milk.
That doesn't drink
Without any nails. Okay.
So nobody, only,
the cereal dry.
only this one, Elion, right? Only you want a shot, is that correct? Nobody else wants anything interesting.
Nah.
Okay, I'll get a shot. And Aurelio's like, yeah, double that up, please. And he goes up to the bartender, they talk, and the rabble seems to have noticed you, right? But most of them keep to themselves, pirate code. They're not going to deal with another man's treasure. But he brings back a bunch of waters. And he brings back 3 shots. Actually, he brings back 6 shots of this really potent, it's basically moonshine. Let's find... He puts down the platter and he hands all of you waters, and then he puts the 2 shots in front of Aurelio, 2 shots in front of himself, and 2 shots in front of Elion. And he goes, I want to play a game. I want to play a game. Okay, you take a shot, and then you put the shot glass upside down on your head, and you must flip, without your hands, the shot glass down onto the table without it breaking. If you manage to do so, I'll take the second shot. But if you don't manage to do so, you must take your second shot. And, that applies to all of us. Game? Drinks are on me, by the way. It wasn't very expensive. He owes me.
I just kind of eye over to Aurelio.
Morello's like, yep, any chance to get drunk before I have to run into the Pirate King? Sounds great.
I mean, I just killed my dad, so...
Good
point.
Yikes. Troyo's like, okay. And he says, what are we cheersing the first shot to?
What are we cheersing the first shot to?
Aurelio's like, to drinking. And Troyo's like, to drinking then. On 3? 1, 2, 3. He throws back the shot, and then he puts it on his head. Roll a dexterity. Roll a slam. We'll do dexterity. Proper dexterity. Okay, Troyo succeeds. Aurelio fails. What about you?
I plus dex 24.
You succeed. So you and Troyo sort of flip. He does it, he does this all the time, I guess. He flips it down. This is something he does to trick people into drinking, basically. And it lands upside down, and he slaps the table. He goes, yes! And then you also do it. And Aurelio's like, shit. And his shatters, and he takes his shot, and then Troyo's second shot, and then your second shot, and he's like, cool! And, you're all sort of, chatting about whatever, and you start to hear in the corner of the room some rabbles, some rumblings about you. And there's a lot of unsavory comments kind of coming from the opposite end of the room, and it's this group of 3 that are standing. And he's like, he has no right bringing them here. That's Yolto's prize. And to come in on the Golden Razor, no less. Look at those fucking criminals. And the guy's like, He's like, look at that unsavory lot. And he just says, he starts commenting on all of your appearances. He's like, they'll bring anybody in these days, I guess. A cat? Just in the bar like it's no special thing. I don't want a fucking furball in my drink. It's not clever. It's just racist. And, he says, never trust a half-elf. Never trust a half-orc. Don't get me started on the dwarves. And these 3 guys start laughing. And Aurelio's like, is he racist against everyone? Is there...
Can we start a bar fight?
Is there anyone he's okay with? Is there a line? And the guy throws a glass at the table, and it shatters. And there's oh! People are slamming down on the table.
Oh, shoot, I was going to say, can I try to make a reflex, though, to try and catch it?
Sure.
Chuck it back.
We still bound, though?
Oh,
yes, you are still bound. So you can't really reach. But the glass shatters, and the guy, Troyo's like, pay them no mind. It's not... They can do nothing to you. That is... I'll handle this. And he stands up, and he turns around and he goes, they really shouldn't be breaking, what was it, Rule 4, subsection 1, or whatever. They really shouldn't be breaking it, because they are screwing with my prize now, as it were, which means I have the right to, and he walks up, and you just see him hold out his hand, and Brink energy starts to coalesce in his hand, and he, moves it around his fingers, and then it coalesces on his fist, and he just puts his hand on the guy's shoulder and punches straight through his chest, fully through his chest, and his fist comes out the other side, just blood and, skin and guts spews across the room. Yes.
The librarian?
Yes.
Okay.
And he unhands the guy and tosses the body to the ground. He goes, oh, that's rather disgusting. I wasn't really can I have your water, please? And the guy just grabs the water and he sprays it down and grabs a tablecloth and wipes his arm off. He goes, listen, everyone, can I get everybody's attention? And he clinks a glass and he's like, I believe the rule is don't, you'd use a nice word, screw around with anybody else's prize, or you get to kill them. It's kind of the whole thing, right? So, let's not mess with mine, and I won't kill you. It's that simple. And you two, are we gonna have a problem because this guy was your friend? I get the feeling you don't really care about him very much because he's kind of the worst. And they're like, cool. See you later. And he comes back and sits down, and he's like, who wants to do another game of shots?
Who are you, man?
Excuse me?
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Troya. We've been over this.
Yeah, but where did you learn to do something like that?
Well, since I was a young boy, I've just been privy to abilities. It's, you know.
I'll have another shot.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
My man!
I'm in on this now.
And he's like, anybody else? Aurelio's like, nope. Nope. And he's like, all right, 6 more shots. And he comes back to 6 shots, and he asks you guys if you want to play a different game. And he says, could you see what I did with my hand?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I got the feeling based on the reports about you guys that you were Brink sensitive, but I think, from what I gather, you're just really using your abilities, right?
As opposed to...
Well, people disagree on what's possible, but some really high potential Brink individuals, like myself it seems, have been able to, just use Brink to, do other stuff. It's really the forefront of Brink research, I think. Not many people really know much about it, but we're gonna try something. And he hands the 2 shots to Jader and the 2 to Elion, holds the 2, and he says, okay. What I'm going to ask you to try to do is just concentrate on your pinky as hard as you can. Feel like you're draining the Brink energy out of your body, through your soul, up your arm, and into the tip of your pinky. Like that's the only place it can be. Like there's a little faucet in your pinky, and it can only come out of there. Now, take the shot glass and put it atop.
Very awkward being bound, but I'm focusing.
And as you put it there, as you focus the Brink energy, it's almost... it's almost like the Brink is giving your pinky more strength and stability than it should have, and you're holding the shot glass perfectly still. He says, ooh, jolly good. Okay, here's the next game. Take this shot without dropping the other one. Okay? And if you drop yours, you have to take the shot of everyone else who didn't drop theirs.
Cool.
Ready?
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Quickly, Jader, quickly, that's the point. And both of you are able to do it. There's no check necessary. There is a gnat in my room. There's no check necessary. You're able to hold it there. And he says, excellent! That means the other 3 people must take the shot. Right, gang?
I don't know if I agree to that.
I didn't sign up for this. What the hell? I need a painkiller anyway. Load me up.
Load him up, he
I'll take 'em
says! Excellent. He's taking them all. Dwarves do love to drink, they say.
Now you're being a little bit racist, but that's okay.
Oh, was that a microaggression? I am sorry. All right.
I was too busy drinking to notice.
My apologies. Excellent. Well, now that I've slighted one of my new friends, sorry, prisoners, I think it should be any time now that we can go up and meet Pirate King Yalto.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Aurelio, you look horrible, Aurelio. He's like, yeah, I don't really want to go. Like, well, too bad. And he escorts you guys up these alleyways and up and around these shops and houses and interconnected streets, and eventually up to this main shack. It looks marginally nicer than the others, but it is made out of the bow of a ship. And you open doors into this upright ship, and there's this very nice room with red carpets and comical amounts of gold strewn about the room out of chests and stuff like that. The sapphire crystal stars in the back and Cortez spins. Anyway, Pirate King Yalto is sitting at a desk and he's twirling a coin between his fingers, and he catches it. He says, all right, it's good to see all of you. Hello, everyone. I am so mad at all of you. What's your name, boy? And Troyo's like, I'm Troyo. I'm new. And I brought them and the golden razor your ship at your request. You put out a warrant, and I'm here to fulfill it, so, you know. And everybody roll perception. And Hadak.
Ocho.
And Varel?
16.
Seis.
16.
16, right, because then it's... Right. Elion.
12.
12, that's 12. Or Dose.
Dose or 12?
Alencia.
7.
Siete. Danith.
17.
17. Jader.
18.
18.
Ocho.
Okay, great. Those of you that got 16 or higher, which was Jader, right? Yeah, the three of you. You notice that Arello is, like, really uncomfortable. Like, not just, like, he's situationally, socially uncomfortable in this moment.
And is he also
sloshed,
drunk
too.
at this point?
Yeah, he's also a little drunk.
Okay.
I feel a strong kinship with him.
Really?
Social discomfort.
Oh, okay. And Pirate King Yalto says, I get the feeling, Troyo, right? He's like, yes, that maybe there's a bit of an agreement between the 8 of you. He says, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. And Yalto has this, like, very imposing presence, and he stands up, and he's very burly, and, it is in this moment, perhaps, that now that you've gotten a good look at him, you know, he's got a beard, and the hair, and the hat, and the red overcoat, but he's got dark skin, which is kind of a rarity in this, portion of the sea. And it looks a little bit similar to Arello's. And it is in this moment that Jader and Varel and Danith notice that.
That he looks similar to Arello?
Yes,
said?
yeah.
Okay. Discord hated whatever you just did with your voice.
Yeah, I hated it too. But Yalto's like, excellent, well, why don't you all sit and make your proposals? Troyo, you first. And he sits back on his desk, sort of in front of it, and there are some chairs, and Troyo unbinds all of you, and he stands up and offers you all seats. And Troyo says, right, well, I want a ship of my own, with a crew of my own. Scratch that. I want a ship I can man on my own, and I want to do special tasks, and I want to climb the ladder, and I want to be the best, and I want to be the fastest, and that's really it. That's all I want. I mean, I did bring you the Golden Razor, your one missing favorite ship, and 7 people that you have a several thousand gold piece bounty on, and I don't even want the gold. I'll take a little bit of it, but I mostly just want the ship and the title. And Yalta's like, done, get out. He said, what? He goes, go to slip 47 at the base, that's your ship. I'll send a message down the line that it's yours. So, excellent. Well, all of you, it's very nice to meet you. Yeah, I got nothing else. We've known each other for about 2 hours. I don't really have anything very nice to say. Good luck.
Bye,
Well,
Troyo.
damn.
Well, man.
Good luck with your
Okay.
ship.
Hey, thanks. I'm
Hope
sure
it
we'll
doesn't
see each
sink.
other. Okay, why would you say that?
I'm just saying.
All right, well, I wished you all well. I don't know, it seems a little unsavory.
I was saying I hope it doesn't sink. Is that not a nice thing to say?
It's the tone, Mr. Bound. And he walks in between Jader and Alencia, say, that are in the middle of the chairs. Both of you roll perception, please.
8.
19.
There is this fleeting, hardly even passing feeling that you think this dude is powerful. like, I mean, like, the incident in the bar was reason enough to know he doesn't mess around.
Right.
But, like, you think he might have a few tricks up his sleeve. Like, this guy's really means business. It's not enough of an inclination to be like, oh, hey, guys. But, like, you just have this moment where your Brink energy connects with his a little bit, and you feel like he's the real deal. And he walks out of the room, and Yalto sits back on the desk, and he goes, all right. The cavalier bunch that stole the golden razor. And Arella's like, well, actually, it's hot in here. Actually, I only stole it. They were just along for the ride. I stole it before I met them. Sorry, I've had a lot to drink. I stole it. Let's be clear on that. I don't want them to have to deal with that.
I want the credit.
Careful, Daneth. Careful.
No, I'll just say, like, that's what Riddle was thinking. Is like, he wants the credit. It's like, yeah, it was me. I didn't need the help. I did it on my own.
I think he's more vouching for you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I was reading that as he wants, like, yeah, no, that was me.
No, I think he's trying to cover for you. Not everybody's as
Alright.
conceited as you are, Daneth.
I understand. That's what I would do.
And Arello and Yalto's like, very well. What do you want? And why shouldn't I kill you where you stand? And Arello looks over at Varel and is like, Tim, can you please do the thing?
So I launch into the same general spiel I've given to the four leaders, or the leaders of the three nations we've been to so far, and I explain. And so far, Dwom and Releron and Saltstroke have all agreed to join us in the fight against the gods in 16 days. And so far only Castash is left, and we're gonna go talk to them next if you'll let us leave here. And we were hoping that when all of that happens, that you will allow their ships to pass safely.
I'm also going to drop his voice just a tone down off the gravel because it is killing me. After Magic Miles, I got little in the tank. He says, all right. Well,
So basically what it amounts to is we're asking you to just not do anything. It would be easier for you to do what we want than to not do what we want.
but there's less money involved. But if the end of the world is coming, and for some reason I have this really weird implicit desire to trust pretty much everything you're saying, you seem like a very trustworthy individual with very little malintent behind really anything you do.
Surprisingly, he is.
Cat person says this is true. Is this true?
I guess so. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell you what's happening.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
way too honest.
That's the kind of answer that an honest person would give. A dishonest person like myself would say something like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Anyway, all right. So let me tell you all a story. All those years ago, you know, when we did the first march on the gods' land and, you know, all the navies coalesced.
You were a part of that?
I was issued a similar proposal by Katya the First, the leader of Saltstroke. She desired the same. After all, it was her venture, right? She was trying to avenge her great-great-grandfather or whatever. And the funny thing is that I said yes. And we gathered up all of our ships, and we sent all our armadas north, and I lost a great deal of men that day. But we're never really told in that story, are we? We're never really included. Because we're the unsavory ones. And you want to know the real reason we're not really included? And he looks at Arello, and Arello's like, oh, no. Arello's just, like, sinking in his chair. He's like, stop it. They've gone so long without knowing. knowing. They could just keep not knowing. That's fine. Stop. And Yalta's like, my own boy steals my ship, my favorite ship. Doesn't accept all of the gifts that I give him. A title, men, another slightly slower ship than that one. He doesn't like any of this. You know, your mother wouldn't give you half of this if she saw you. He's like, stop. No, they can just know that you're my dad, and that's fine. Stop, you don't have to, stop it. No, I have this whole suave thing going where, like, they think I'm really cool, I think. Oh, no. He's like, I had an affair with Katia the First, leader of Soulstroke, and she wouldn't tell anyone about it. She's unmarried, you know. She's never had children. Funny, our beautiful baby boy sits right here and could easily lead both our... Well, I'm not really a sovereign nation or a country, but you get the idea. He could easily be the leader of the pirates. I really hope he doesn't choose to be the leader of Soulstroke, though technically it's in his blood. But he could unite. He could be a part of this. But instead, Katia, that unsavory woman, decides to neglect the fact that we'd been together and we really had something. I mean, I was a stunning young man. Truly a beautiful specimen, I must say.
Yovo, did she tell you to go away?
His name is Yalto, by the way.
Yalto, did she tell you to go away?
She told me to buzz off because I wasn't of royal blood, and because it would be a bad image given that we had just... So we were together for a while before the fight with the gods, and then the fight with the gods happens. I fight right by her side, very admirably. I lose an arm, and you look, and it's just a normal arm. He's like, it was repaired, but I lost an arm. And I did all this for her. She bore my child, beautiful baby boy. I mean, look at him. He's a good-looking guy, just like his dad. And nothing. She forsakes the both of us just because he's technically out of wedlock and technically I'm just a guy, but I'm a king of something. So... Anyway, I don't really know the point I was trying to make. I'm just upset.
Well, will you help us this time again? We're not even asking you to join the fight if you don't want to. You could just not mess up our fight.
But it doesn't really bode well for me if there's no one left to steal from. Like, that's not really in my best interest, right?
Are you anticipating that we all fail and die?
Well, without me, you probably have no chance.
You still love Katia?
Yes, of course I do! She's gorgeous and really cool!
We might be able to help you with that.
What does that mean? I'm interested. I'm all ears.
Let's just say we have a certain item.
Only for an hour.
I don't have to tell him that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That could possibly make Katia fall in love once again with you.
What's your name, boy?
Jader.
He leans in real close and he gets on his he squats in front of you. Jader, there is almost no magical object I wouldn't use to do pretty much anything to get what I want. Let's be very clear on that. If it meant sacking a ship, I would use the devil's own pitchfork. I do not care. If it means gainfulness for me, I'll do it. But if she does not love me of her own accord, it will feel wrong.
I can respect that.
I may not be a man of honor, but I would really like her to just say that she has feelings for me.
What if we put in a good word for you with her? We have to go back and see her anyway.
You would do that for me?
Of course.
All right. 2 conditions. 3 conditions. 1. I reserve the right to pull my men out of the fray at any point in time if I think it's not going well. 2. This one has to tell her, and he's pointing at Veril,
Oh no. Wait, tell her what?
That I still have feelings for her and she means the world to me, and that I would really do anything to have her by my side and just to give me a chance.
You're sure you want that one to tell
He's
her?
the only one that will do it with nothing behind it. He's just gonna tell the truth.
I'll do my best. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not the greatest with the words, but I'll tell the words exactly as you want me to say them.
Yep, he is our resident truth teller.
And,
He's also our runner.
all right, more good qualities keep coming out about this young man. How old are you?
251.
Never mind. About the young thing. And Aurello, son. Yeah. Will you please go see your mother and tell her that you're sorry? It's, yeah. Because I think that will reflect well on me if you told her you were sorry for what you did.
That would be really cool of you to do, Aurello.
So cool.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize why you didn't want to join us at Velerhant.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was gonna be arrested or anything, but my mom has eyes everywhere, and I haven't made landing in Velerhant in a long time, and sorry, oh my god, and he just vomits. He's like, sorry. Well, I feel way better. I haven't made landing in Velerhant in a long time, and I think she would want to talk to me. Look, when she abandoned my father, sorry, Dad. He's like, well, no, I cry about it every night on my own time. And he's like, right. Boot and rally, let's go. When he left, I stayed for a bit, because I'm her son, and she can't say that I'm her son in front of other people, which I kind of resent, for, I think, obvious reasons. This song's too serious. And so, I ran away, and when I ran away, I accidentally killed her dog. It was an accident. I really didn't mean to do it. I was running, because she has this brink that teleports people, and I didn't want to get caught in that, because she'd just bring me back. And so I ran, and I tripped, and I fell down the stairs, and I hit the dog. And it's a miniature poodle, and it just splat, and I felt so bad. I like that dog. And I ran, and I came here, and then he offered me all this stuff, and I stole the golden razor, and then a couple of years passed, and then I met you guys.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, I'm very drunk.
Look, I'm an orc. I kill people, but honestly, what the f***?
It was an accident, man. It was an accident. Oh, and I want the golden razor back while we're at it. That's my ship.
Can we...
I thought you said 3 conditions.
Well, I reserve the right to change the number of conditions really at any time until we shake on it.
I have altered the deal.
Can we use it until this is over?
You can use it. If you break it, I will kill you. Aurello's already made all these modifications to give it wheels.
Have you seen the wheels? It's kind of cool, though.
Works pretty well.
Yeah, but it's only for service of his messed up brink that he only got because it's similar to my brink. I didn't even know brinks could be passed down.
Wait, you can inherit brinks?
I guess so. I control water. He turns water into sand. Seems pretty similar to me. Though it doesn't seem like he got his mother's brink, so...
Oh,
You
he's
guys
good at
could,
running away.
You guys could shoot sand together.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought.
That's a good idea. What if you approached your mother, Aurello, with a gift? Say, I don't know, a puppy if you don't think that's in bad taste. Is an apology? maybe that would help.
A live one, though, hopefully.
An alive puppy. Maybe that help mend that bridge. Puppies.
Yeah, then I guess we'd be bound. Just our
Or binded.
I think it's bound actually.
Just checking.
Are we sure?
It's totally bounds.
And Aurella's like, fine, deal. I'll just lend the golden razor to me until we finish this. And Yelto's like, done! And the two shake on it, and he's like, alright guys, let's get the heck out of here.
That went surprisingly well.
Do we get unbound?
They unbound you when you sat down.
I
Oh,
thought
great,
there was
okay.
gonna be like fighting and
I
all
guess
that
it kind of
stuff.
helps to have the Pirate King's son with us.
Are you right?
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
And Aurella's like, please don't lord this over
Hey,
me.
your dad's a pretty cool guy. I'm just saying.
So, 2 out of 7. Does anyone else have any secret dads?
Secret dads. That's a good band name.
Oh my god.
I'm from the forest. I don't know. We didn't really do.
Does anyone else have some secret dads? Somebody clip that.
I want that as a. If I ever joined a band, that would be the band name.
That's his T-shirt.
Anyone have any 2 out of 7?
Secret
Anyone have any
dads.
secret dads?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't really have that many parental stuff. You kind of ditched those early on in life for us. So.
Veryl, who knows how many secret dads lie in wait in this campaign? I'll never tell. I'll tell you this: there is at least one more.
Gonna
I was
say.
saying, Val, you saw what happened to my dad.
out of game, non-meta. There is at least one more.
Let's go.
It's a really good plot device that has worked in fictional media for like several hundred years.
A dog's dad is pissed.
He's furious.
The final dad.
The final dad.
Yeah, it's fun.
Excellent. So you make it down and out, and Arello knows his way around this town, and he gets you down to the Golden Razor, and you set sail, and you start sailing west. And by this time, it's like early evening. 16 days remain. Dun. And, oh, shit. There was supposed to be a whole thing. Oh, my God. I forgot about this.
Actually, throw up, please.
No, I was just... Excuse me. Well, I'm going to push that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I just made a decision. But anyway, as you are sailing westward quite quickly aboard the Golden Razor, yes, Jader.
Can I run alongside the ship, trying out my new ring?
Yes.
See how it works.
You absolutely may.
Get a
Amazing.
workout in.
You quickly are falling behind.
Guys, wait up.
That cost you a rope.
You can climb back up.
I just wanted to make sure it worked.
It does work. It's pretty incredible. And like when waves come, you get like hit by the wave, like water hits you, and then you come out the other side walking. And when waves are coming away from you, you can run up the wave until it like crashes, right?
Cool.
That sounds like he needs to do a deck saving throw here to me.
Not for this
You
bit.
guys just sail.
We're
without
almost
me.
done. We're almost done.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
So you climb up the rope and you're on board, and as you guys are, did I write something for this? Thank God I actually wrote this. Okay. You sail for some time, and as evening begins to fall, the moon begins to rise, and then a layer of fog begins to set in. It's only light as of now. And then suddenly, you hear a voice from behind you. You just hear, "Do you ever wonder how our assassins keep finding you?" And as you whip around, and Arella's like, "How do people keep getting on the ship?" And he looks over, and it is the left again. But it's like an ethereal version of him. Like a projection, almost. Think like a Star Wars hologram, in a way. It's like made of Brink energy, kind of. And he goes, "You see, we have a fellow here with a rather remarkable Brink. And he's able to keep tabs on all of you." And then Psst, and he's walking now. He's pacing around the mast. And he says, and I only just found out last week that he's able to do this as well. Send an image of me to you. Can you believe that? Only just now he tells me this. Truly unbelievable. And then he teleports again, and now he's sitting on one of the railings, and he's just sort of tossing his feet to and fro. He says, anyway, he says it's incredibly strenuous for him, this guy that's able to see all of you all the time. But I don't really much care. He owes me sort of a long conversation with you all after withholding this ability from me for so long, don't you think? Anyway, well, I'll keep it relatively brief. And he teleports again, and now he's right by Daneth, and he goes, as I know some of you have quite the short temper. Then he teleports again, and he's up at the wheel. He's up at the wheel, and he's looking at Arello, and he's leaning up against the against one of the railings.
Can
he
I
says,
interrupt him?
Sure.
I'd like to say, sorry, are you Eurelian?
It's a keen eye, boy. What have you lived? A fourth of my lifetime?
That
Half?
depends how old you are.
It's interesting. Yes, well, there's not really any use hiding, not that it's going to make any difference. Look, we've gone ahead and made Castash just a hair more difficult for you. After all, it's not really a mystery what you're doing, going and meeting with all your fun little leaders. I think you'll find what we've done with the place quite captivating. Toodaloo.
That doesn't sound good.
Not at all. Should we any way to prepare ourselves?
And Arella's like, guys? And as the boat approaches the shores of Castash, Arello begins to squint at the wheel. He's looking towards the bow, but he can hardly see, looking for recognizable topological features on this country he's sailed to so many times. And this deep, unsettling fog begins to fill your vision. It's hard to see even 10 feet in front of you. But you begin to see the shoreline of Castash, and it is dark. There seems to be not a light on in sight. And we'll see you on November 2nd for the Halloween episode of Speedrunners and Dragons.
This is one of my favorite episodes of season 1.
Yes,
So
we gotta have a Halloween
episode was
episode.
so good.
It was also on like November 1st or 2nd last year. Like it was right after Halloween, I think. But yes.
Whoa, what's gonna
Yeah, this means y'all get to sit down
happen?
with your candy or leftover clearance candy or,
Or just your sick stomach from eating all the candy.
Yeah. Halloween episode on November 2nd. We're taking a brief break as I am leaving the country for a spell, but we will be back on November 2nd for episode 11, and there aren't many episodes left, friends. Only 2 or 3 to go.
Oh, really?
Down to the wire.
But thank you everybody for watching episode 10 of Campaign 2 of Speedrunners and Dragons. We will move in, of course, to the plugs. Dangers, take it away.
Sure. Hi, I'm Dangers. Twitch.tv/Dangers. I speedrun Mario games. Mostly Galaxy right now. But lots of Mario games. I've actually been on GDQ doing Mario games a lot lately.
Yeah, you could be
Thank you
convinced
for
that he just is GDQ. You could be.
It's Mario.
You could be.
But
That's Chris Pratt. That's Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Wow, Yak Attack, thank you for the 10 gifted. That's really generous.
Oh.
But yeah, Dangers has been on GDQ maybe more than his own channel recently, which I think is really funny.
Actually, yeah. I think if you go to like my notifications channel in my Discord right now, adef, GDQ, my channel, GDQ.
Fun.
So literally more.
Everybody's like, please play Odyssey, Dangers.
Frick yeah.
Frick yeah. Cool. Go to twitch.tv/Dangers for Super Mario Galaxy 120 star. Danny.
Hey, I'm Danny B. I've been working on learning a glitchless run for all of the 3D Zelda games, working towards a marathon of all of them in a row. I'm hoping to get that done before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, because I have a feeling that it's not going to be a 45-minute endeavor like Breath of the Wild 1. So that's going to add a lot to my plate. But yeah, I'm working on Wind Waker HD now, and I'm about halfway through learning the run. It's been a lot of fun.
Excellent. Kung Fu Fruit Cup.
Hello, I'm Fu. I play adventure games, platformers, retro games, a lot of Beat Saber, and I'm a GDQ interviewer, and I host That's Never Happened Before, GDQ Hotfix show about glitches. Super cool. I'm about to start Persona 3.
Oh,
Fun.
Nice.
are you
Yeah.
which Persona 3 version are you playing?
Yes.
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 Like tonight.
Yes.
Finishing Banjo-Kazooie
Okay.
right after.
Go
and
watch
then-
that. Go watch that. Persona 3 FES is. I've been wanting to
Yeah.
do a full-blown playthrough of Persona 3 FES on my stream for years.
I've never played. So I started with Persona
so
5.
good.
It's the only one I played, and now I'm going back.
Oh,
All
I
right.
gotta play 4 too.
Uh,
I gotta play 4.
B-
I wanted to do 4, but I wanted to go. and then
Yeah,
back.
be warned, all the nice quality of life things in 5 don't exist anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know.
But yeah, play 3 FES and then play 4 Golden. They're so good.
Yep. That's the plan.
Excellent. Bobby.
Hi, my name is The Black Tastic. You can always just call me Bobby, and I do a lot of speed runs. I do a lot of show runs. I do a lot of event production. But for the month of October, I am hosting a charity event on my channel called Metal Gear Month, where we're going to be playing through all the mainline Metal Gear games and some bonus games in release order. Target $10,000 goal for charity water, just bringing water projects to people who don't have access to clean water so that they don't get sick and die from
Did you
drinking
know
diseased water.
more people have access to a cell phone than a usable toilet?
Yep.
And charity water and charities like that provide that as an accessible solution to low-income individuals.
Precisely. One in 10 people around the entire world don't have access to clean water. So that's what this is all about. We're about 3,000, going to our goal of 10,000, which is establishing a full water project. So if you like Metal Gear games, if you like speedruns, if you like, fun times, definitely live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern.
There you go. Fant.
Yeah, definitely go check out Bobby. First of all, it's a great event. Really, I've been like lurking in there every once in a while, and
Aw.
he's doing a really good job. As for me, I just got my own hotfix show. Taking over for a hotfix show called Game Masters that may or may not be featuring dangers here anytime soon.
Look at the hat! Look at the hat, bro!
I'm going to be premiering that show on October 26th, or at least me hosting that show. Thursday, a couple recent things that are coming up. Thursday this week, I'm going to be on Hobbs and Keys' show, The First Step, because anybody who's been noticing, Back 4 Blood just came out today, aka Left 4 Dead 3, and we're going to get 4 nerds together and knock that out for the hotfix on Thursday.
Nice.
That's gonna be fun. And then on Friday, I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but I'll be entering the realm of 2D. Because at 3 p.m. on Friday, I'm going to be unveiling my VTuber shenanigans. So that's going to involve a
Everybody-
crowd control
Hey.
link to the past, which I do hope people show up, because if nobody shows up to do crowd control, it kind of falls on its face. So I'm really nervous and anxious about how it's going to go. But if you got nothing to do on Friday,
It's going to be a smash
That's,
success.
I'm nervous.
It's going to go great. Gamers, be sure to support
Yeah.
Bobby and Fant this week. And DGR Dave.
I am Dave, and I'm starting a band called Secret Dads. That's all I got.
All right. Big stuff coming for Dave in December. I'll say that on his behalf. And Dave and I will have a blind race soon. I don't know that it'll
Yes.
happen before I leave, but soon.
That's okay.
And it's my
I'm
pick.
tired of losing.
Yeah, I'm currently 3-1. So
Are we
Yeah.
counting Mario 35 or?
okay,
35 or-
technically DGR Dave is the only person I've ever lost to in a Mario 35 showcase, but that was like the second day I ever played the game. So
it still counts.
okay. Anyway, as far as me, I'm going to Paris next week, so no streams. And tomorrow I'm doing a big Breath of the Wild streamathon thing. I'm trying out a different format than subathon, so check it out. Cause LOL 50% income. Just check it out. I'll be live all day tomorrow. And then that's it. Speedrunners and Dragons will return on November 2nd. Real life Ratatouille. Yep, I'm gonna go hang out with Remy, and I'm gonna go to Big
Yes,
Kitchen.
Jay.
I'm gonna go to Big Kitchen.
ESJ and the Big Kitchen.
That is a joke only about 2 people will get.
No one's gonna know what that means.
But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, really appreciate it. Please subscribe. We're almost to 2,000. We're like literally a hair away. Thanks for
I
watching.
think it was like 60 last I checked.
Yeah, we're like 50 or 60 away.
Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Which means we're soon 8,000 away from jumping in cold water.
That's true.
Also, bye.